Hello? Okay. Okay, microphone should be working now. But, someone said, is the thumbnail really pixelated? Or is that just, or, like, for everyone? I hope it's not, because that would kind of suck. But yeah. So yeah, this is it, the final battle. I still love how that's, like, the first line in Fire Emblem Awakening, like, the first line of voice dialogue. It's like, no, it's not. Also, some people, do seem to be talking about playing Tomodachi Life, and I've been watching people stream it, and it looks very funny. There was some very canon behavior that I've seen in, Sonic Tomodachi Life. The most canon of canon behavior was Shadow getting depressed, nobody being able to cheer him up, and him ultimately being cheered up by buying him a chicken suit. Yes, that is extremely canon. Which one is this? Oh, it's just Ranulf, okay. But yeah, hi, Minato Kurusu. Okay. Considering that this is basically, like, the end of the game, maybe I should just do all the rest of the supports that I can, so, it's the racist guy support. Not Gatry, though. Gatry's cool. The children yearn for life sims. Hey. I think, who voices Shinnen in Heroes? I know he's in Heroes at this point. Does he even have any ults in Heroes? Hello, I am here to see. Well, hopefully you do indeed see things. Yes, that is a very interesting thing to come into the stream on, Lucas. I watched a stream of someone playing the start of Trails Beyond the Horizon yesterday, and probably shouldn't say anything because that's like massive later Trails spoilers, but like the prologue of that game is kind of insane. The reward that we're gonna get. You have the most chaotic love square in mind with Aaliyah as the core. Yeah, I've already seen that in some comments. Oh yeah, no, it's this support, I remember this. Yeah, so the ultimate shield, that was a castle gate. It's actually kind of funny. In, like, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, they actually released, like, some... Well, they haven't been released yet. They revealed some models recently that are basically, like, two giants that each carry half of a castle gate as, like, a shield. So this is actually a real thing. Just Gatry's not big enough to use it as an actual shield. The Speedwing 4000! The secret elixir that boosts speed just by sprinkling over your body. Thankfully, Ike didn't discover that. Otherwise, he would have fallen for that scam in this playthrough. I do like this, yeah. You move faster because 30 stray dogs were chasing you. So VA is Brendan McKinnon, who also voiced Ossian. Okay. Yeah, a lot of, like, the later Heroes characters that got added were, like, they were more lesser-known VAs. Oh, this line! This line! How did I forget this? This is still one of my favorite lines in the entire franchise. Sadly, he can't throw sharp objects in this game, because that wasn't until Radiant Dawn, that knives got 1 to 2 range. In this game, they're only 1 range, and that's why, knives suck a lot. But yeah, this entire support is, essentially, just a sequel hook for Radiant Dawn. Also, if you look really closely at Volk with his face covered, you can actually see his mouth still moving under that, which is cool. And yeah, Bastion is just, Bastion's way more savvy than he seems. Bastion is extremely, also Volk, once again asking for payment for just revealing random facts about himself. But yeah, Bastion is, like, one of the most politically savvy characters in the entire Tellia saga. It's kind of a shame that he's barely in both of the games, but I think it's mostly because he's just maneuvering behind the scenes. I guess if this was Critical Role Campaign 4, he'd be, on the Schemers team. I haven't really watched much of the Schemers team. I haven't really watched that much of Critical Role Campaign 4, in general, but, oh boy, Bastion and Lucia. The ship that's technically canon, but everyone prefers to ship her with Alincia. The grime merely accentuates your beauty. Spamton fell in love with Kane on sight, some Asian. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, my internet just went red for a second. I had internet problems yesterday, so hopefully it isn't too bad today. And then Largo and... Okay, this one's actually kind of funny. I don't think it quite gets as funny, as it does in the... I think it's the B rank where it gets more funny, but, like, in general, like, Khalil and Joffrey supports are basically the entire reason why I feel like, having... Oh, also, that's a great line. Sorry, I can't believe I missed that one. Having, like... Okay, let me just try and explain this. So, restricting romance options is a good thing for support writing, because a support like this can only work in a game where these two do not have a paired ending. So, essentially what happens is that she starts out falling in love with him, but then in her B rank, she realizes that he's in love with Alincia, and then she switches to supporting him getting together with Alincia. Then, you know, because she and Largo end up canons in the future, so it's fine. But, like... but it's very interesting to me that, like, you just can't do that anymore with supports. I mean, they tried to do that with Cordelia and Gregor in Awakening, I think, but then they have to have Gregor fall for her anyway, because S supports need to work. And that still happens, I think, even if she's S supported to someone else, which is kind of sad. But yeah, like, there's kind of more of a variety in relationships available if you know, you don't have to have every character fall for every other character. Hopefully I'm making sense. Lamia is such a weird Grand Hero battle pick. I'm sorry, I've completely forgotten who that is. I vaguely remember a Fire Emblem boss with that name, but I've completely forgotten who it is. I mean, to be fair, Three Houses did also restrict romance options per character. I kind of hate the way that it handled paired endings, but, to clarify, the reason why I hate the way that it handled paired endings is because, also, I love how... Is she doing one of those, I order you to get more rest and stop obsessing over orders things, because it's always funny when characters do that in fiction. But anyway, yeah, it's because, like, if there's a tie for A support in Three Houses, then either it goes to whoever has the most support points, which you can't see, or there's a priority system, and in order to actually actively control who gets the paired ending, you need to buy the DLC. So, yeah, that's the one aspect that I don't like. Yeah, Green Joffrey is kind of cursed. I don't know, I used to think Blue Joffrey was cursed. But anyway. I mean, my arms are pretty massive, but those babies are something else. I can just picture this guy having, like, a kind of... I don't think he is in Heroes, but having, like, that, you know, typical English dub macho voice. Kind of like, Patrick Seitz. I can definitely picture him as Patrick Seitz, although then again, that's just Hector's voice. Anyway, but what I meant is, like, the rest of Three Houses support system, I like the plus support ranks, I like that some people don't even go up to A, I like that, you know, romances are restricted per character, I like that there are implied same-sex paired endings, even though they're not totally, like, blatant, but, like, come on. What is it? Felix and Sylvain, like, you know. Felix and Sylvain's Azure Moon ending is like the most they were roommates coded thing of all time. People say that it got downplayed in the English translation, but like it's still pretty blatant. Like it's very, very blatant. But anyway, so like I like its approach to things. Like I like that it has like I believe it's Raphael and Leonie. Like they have an A support ending that's completely platonic, and they're, you know, boy girl. They do not get married in their A support ending. They're actually completely like just business partners. How to feel about Hector and Ephraim recent unit? I have not followed Heroes in a very long time, unfortunately, so I can't really comment. Oh yeah, I can't even remember when the last time I followed Heroes was. It was definitely like partway during Book 8, because I thought some of the things in Book 8 were interesting, but like really, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna be kicking out Alincia basically immediately when I start the chapter. I have one use exactly left on Rolfocopter. It would be really funny if that killed Bryce. Because I can't actually, kill, Ashnard with Rolf as much as I'd like to, but I can kill Bryce with him. Shamir bye for every woman except Byleth. Yeah, that's kinda true. Also Manuela, although, yeah, Manuela's also got a lot of bi-coded endings. So, do I have anything, like, better? And in terms of things, I have Nile, Parody, and Corrosion. I really don't think any of the... I mean, Nile on Ina would ignore Ashnard's Daunt. Huh. Which is like the -5 hit and avoid. I do wonder if that's actually something of a play. Who do you prefer as Roy's mother? Ninian 1,000,000,000%. I do not consider a single person at all who is not Ninian. And I'm glad that people actually really like Ninian now, because people used to hate her, like, really hate her. But, yeah, people have kind of come around a lot to Ninian these days, which is good. I love how he has 24 speed. Oscar's still... Yeah, Oscar's pretty much fine on stuff. Do I have any, like, gold? Okay, I have 10,000. Oh, hey, Minato Kurusu, $5, thank you. Hope everyone had a good day. Questions for you, Elizabeth. Oh, okay, that's... I would love to do that. It's gonna be kind of a lot of work to set up the save file, but, I mean, I could definitely try and do that someday. And I'll probably do reloads Elizabeth fight at the same time. You are, like, just barely off of getting, a level. And I may award experience, not skills. Yeah, may as well. Yeah, no, people really, really did hate Ninian. They just thought that she was, like, weak because she was, like, damseled one time. And... It's like, it's really weird to me because people didn't even hate her for shipping reasons, because it's not like anybody really shipped Eliwood with anybody else. Like... They're, like, you know, the other Eliwood pairings, people didn't really care about them either, so I don't really know why she was hated. It's not like she was in the way of other ships or anything. Okay, so yeah, so Ina... People told me that I should remove Renewal because it could take her out of Wrath Resolve range. That's... Although, doesn't Nile take up 20 capacity or something ridiculous? Oh, no, it's 15, okay. So, I mean, I guess. Because Nile isn't gonna cancel her own skills, it just cancels the enemies, so... I mean, I could try that. I want to say Ashnard has Daunt, but, I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he has Daunt. So that's at least... She's at least ignoring a very slight accuracy and avoid penalty. Meanwhile, Parody will kill my own skills, so no. Corrosion. I mean, okay, Ha has Guard. If Ha didn't have Guard, I'd probably do Parody. Fiora being forgotten as Eliwood's pairing except for one person I know. Yeah, I am convinced the only reason Fiora is even an option is just because of Marth and Sheeta references. They're like, okay, we have to make a Pegasus Knight an option, so I guess Fiora. Also, nowadays, I just look at Fiora and I see, of course, it's Fiora from Xenoblade, but yeah. Then I think of the way that Adam Howden says Fiora. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. She's not gonna ignore Renewal, because Renewal takes effect on his turn rather than during her combat, so unfortunately, as much as I wish that she could, like, kill his Renewal skill, she can't, but she can ignore Dawn with Niall, which is at least kind of nice. Okay, do I have any decent throwing axes? Well, I have the Bolt Axe, but, like, I mean, you're probably better at using that than Grommel, honestly. I'm here. Anything yet? Yeah, I'm just still in preparations. Sorry about that. I'm just kind of, Oh, you have a C rank in Starves already? Okay. But that's still not enough to use Silence. That's sad. Physic is B, right? Oh, no, Physic is C. So Soren can actually take Physic, thereby freeing up your inventory space for something better. That is interesting, because I can give you Hammern. You don't actually have enough of a rank for Ashura Staff, and unfortunately I can't tell when you'll be getting the S rank because there's no progress bar in this game for weapon ranks. I mean, I may as well give the Silver Blade to Mia. I guess you can take the Lagoon Slayer. Might as well give you... Oh, I don't even have any lances in the inventory. LOL Rune Sword, I guess. I mean, your magic isn't that bad. For a physical attacker, at least. One more use of Purge. Yeah, I can hammer some things like the Rolfulcopter or, the Brave... Actually, the Brave Axe wouldn't be a bad idea for hammering. Just finish the Brylehaven Archiferous Blade for Metaphor, Mass Dance of Magic Mill Will. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I think Physic is, like, often B rank in later games, but it's only C here. I think it's getting about time where I might actually need to forge myself one final weapon for the playthrough. Silver Blade. Oh, I have Vague Guardian Brave Sword. I probably don't need much else. So... let's see, what should I do? I think Rolf already has enough forge weapons, unfortunately. But, let's see. I mean, I actually never forged Gatefree a weapon. Or Har. So, Oh, no, I did. I did. Sorry, I forgot. Fast Clinky. So I think Har hasn't had a forge weapon, but I'm not sure he really needs one. I don't think Kiran's had a forge weapon, though, so maybe Kiran should get a forge weapon. I kind of like to have a forged throwing axe, actually. You know what, why not just lower its weight to the minimum, even though it doesn't really do anything. I can't believe this is my first forged hand axe, actually. I normally forge a lot of hand axes. Okay, so, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Kiran was kind of my first replacement unit, because I had to replace Titania. So... oh, Kiran had Oberon! Right, I'm dumb. Okay, well... I guess pretty much everyone has had a forged weapon. Physic is B in Physic is B in the GBA games, which is at least better than C. Like, C is very low for Physic, given how good it is. So, right, yeah, that was kind of dumb. But, yeah, suggestions on the weapon name. And I'm sorry preparations are taking this long, but, like, you know, this is the final chapter. I would like to not have any regrets going into the final chapter. That and Rolf and Mia has been the star of this game. Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, Mia wasn't great early on, but she did get better. Axe. Excalibur. Excalibur's not bad. Excalibur is not bad. The axe is funny. Slow Ike. Well, yeah, one last tribute to that, maybe. I mean, Ike would be able to use it later. Hatchet's not bad. I do... apologies to everyone else who suggested things, but, like, I do like Excalibur. If I ever do... if I ever do, like, a Shadow Dragon Iron Man, then maybe people in the chat could, then we'll get more chances to name weapons. Let's make it hot pink, because why not? Big ow axe. Armads. Yeah, I recently found out that, speaking of, like, FE7 stuff, I recently found out that, and this is something that I'll have to think about, because I'm thinking of doing a Fire Emblem 7 Let's Play after Metaphor's over. I recently found out that Eliwood with a body ring can actually double the Fire Dragon if he has max speed, with Durandal, which is, kinda cool. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that in my playthrough, because I'm not going to train Eliwood, and that's because So in the run that's going to be the main playthrough, Oh, you know what? I think I want to show these speeches, because these speeches are insanely good. But yeah, so in the run that's going to be the main playthrough, I have to actually get the Lloyd version of Four-Fanged Offense, even though I normally like the Linus version more. Barbie Pink Dream Hand Axes batteries sold separately. Because... Okay, basically, there is a line of dialogue. Well, not a line. There's an entire section of dialogue that you only get if you are on Hector's story. You get the Linus version of Cog of Destiny, and Hector deals the killing blow to Linus. It's one of the most insanely well-hidden things in the game, and I want to be able to show it, and what that means is that on my main run, which will be Hector mode, I won't be able to do Linus Four-Fanged Offense. So I have to not get all the Lords, like, the average level, not average, I have to not train all the Lords. And I want to train Lyn because I'm shipping her with Hector, so that has to mean I have to not train Eliwood, which is a shame. So yeah, that's the roundabout reason why I'm not going to be able to do that in, that run. He does have the body ring to do it, but I'm not sure if one is enough. Yeah, that might have been wrong. Oh, it was from a something awful forum. Also, yeah, like, this speech is insanely good. I love needlessly obscure trivia in older games too. FE7 has a lot of really crazily obscure stuff. Like, I didn't actually realize that in addition to, like, the, you know, Eliwood and Ninian and the Hector and Lyn stuff, there are actually exclusive conversations for Eliwood and Lyn being paired. But they're not, like, not as significant, but they do exist. Made to the tournament finals in Sky FC, managed to get a setup on Olivier that gives him all arts at once. Nice. Train Eliwood in Cog of Destiny? Well, I mean, I guess that is, yeah, I suppose after Four-Fanged Offense, I am allowed to train Eliwood, so, yeah, that's not bad. It's also kind of funny because, I want to train Nino as well, and the main reason for that is that, like, I was originally not going to do that because it used to be a cliche in Let's Plays to train Nino, but now it's a cliche not to train Nino, so I have to train Nino now. The only thing that I don't like about this is that Fight True is on a separate text box. I feel like they probably could have compressed the previous line a little bit just to fit Fight True on the same text box, because it's a little awkward to have Alintia be like, fight well, fight brave! Oh, also Fight True. I forgot to say that. Like, I don't know, it just seems awkward to have those two words in their own text box. Stupid cat. Ike is great. So yeah, I have to show this too, because I'm normally skipping cutscenes, but, Ike addressing the troops is, like, one of the greatest moments in this game. And you can say no, and it's kind of funny, but, like, I have to do this. This is, like, this is another reason why Ike is, like, the GOAT of Fire Emblem Lords. He's probably my favorite. Oh, Dimitri's kind of up there too, but I'd say Ike probably does beat him out overall. It's probably just Ike first, Dimitri second, and then Sigurd third. Leaf's pretty high up there too. And Roy has his moments as well. This speech is so good. Also, this version of Ike's theme only plays now. Like, I still think that speech about this line, yeah, if you don't want to cause grief to your family any grief, then live. Like, this just does sum up what the entire series is. Like, the entire... Yeah, this whole speech. This entire speech is just what Fire Emblem is. And free our friends! Let's fight for our friends! If they ever remake Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, they're probably inserting that line into this speech somehow. I think Dimitri is okay. Honestly, I appreciate the boldness in finding Dimitri only okay. Like, seriously, I respect that. But yeah, like, Ike is amazing. I'm so glad this game is on Switch Online. I know that it requires a paid subscription. I normally don't like things being exclusive to that kind of thing. This is why I would prefer if, oh, by the way, this is Ashnard. This is, like, the villain of this game. You probably haven't seen him because I've been skipping cutscenes if you haven't played this game. Oh, also, step 1! Let's remove Alincia, because she's still a game over condition. Thankfully, she's optional. There's also alternate dialogue, depending on if you choose to bring her to this chapter or not. Like, if you don't, well, I mean, you'll see. I forgot that Ina was forced here, but it makes sense. So, normally on... Okay, no, I'll say that when we get to turn 1. But, like, yeah, I forgot that Ina was forced, but I guess it's because otherwise you would kind of be screwed against Ashnard, so... Yeah. So, okay. Rolf, Mia, Oscar, Gatry... Cole could be a pretty decent time to feed kills to Nino. Yeah, that makes sense. Kieran, Soren, Ha, Riss, Teronium, Mist, Maureen. Okay. Okay. The problem is that Maureen no longer had the demi-band, so I think I should probably go... Yeah, what's your base transform gauge? It's only 5, and Ranulph's is 10. Oh, and Ranulph's just, like, just kind of objectively better in stats. I mean, Tiger has, I think, different transform gauges, but still... Okay, no Largo, which is kind of sad, but yeah. Is the plan get the Royal Lagoos ASAP? The plan is just don't die. I have one more slot, though. I mean, Joffrey is, like, an option. Okay, Maureen does have Smite, though, so maybe I should do that. Oh, why is Mist here? Good, let's get rid of Mist. Oh, she's here because of the Black Knight battle, I think. So, okay. I do have another slot, so I guess we can go Joffrey. Just to clarify for people, I have banned Tanith's Reinforce skill. I'd normally bring her just for the reinforcements, but I feel like using the reinforcements, because, like, you can summon them freely every chapter, and they're fully expendable, yeah, oh boy, a Fire Emblem Legacy collection would be awesome. I kind of doubt they'd do that, but it would be cool. Like, I feel like free reinforcements is, like, against the spirit of an Ironman, so I'm not gonna do that. So, okay then, I can change where Ina goes. So here's the thing, right? It's time for Operation Speedwing. So this is Bryce. He's the secondary boss of this map. Bryce is like the last of the 4 generals of Dayan, the organization that Toronto used to be part of. It's really hilarious because Bryce is like, in the final battle, Ashnard is like, tell me, Bryce, I killed the previous king. I killed everyone else in line for the throne. You're loyal to this country, right? Why are you still serving me? Seriously, why? It makes no sense. And then Bryce is just like, I'm just loyal, I guess. I'm still gonna fight for you. I don't care. And then Ashnard's like, oh, wow, you're an idiot, and you're hilarious. I'm keeping you on the front lines just because of that. Just because you're that funny. It's a pretty good speech, honestly. Why does he have a speedwing in the last chapter? Well, it was entirely for this moment, because, so Ike has 24 speed right now. And Ashnard has 27. So that's 3 points of speed higher. But here's the thing. On hard mode, Ashnard has a second phase. And on phase 2, I believe he gets 1 point of speed, which exactly gives him enough speed to double Ike. Unless I use the speed wing and give Ike +2 speed. So Ike actually needs this speed wing to not get brutally murdered by Ashnard's second phase. Because, yes, he does have a second phase on hard mode. Oh, well, in Japan, it was exclusive to Maniac mode, but yeah. He also has this. I believe it's named after a cannibal king from Arthurian mythology. Just throwing that out there as trivia. And, oh yeah, he does have, yeah, Renewal and Daunt. So, yeah, it's like -5 hit and avoid, but Ina should ignore that. I forgot he could use axes. You know... Because you can unlock him for the trial maps if you beat the game 15 times. Has anybody actually given him an axe? Because that would be fun. Like, there's pretty much no reason not to use this on him, because, like, it's 1-2 range, doesn't get weighed down by it. Oh, right, yeah. The only people who can damage him are Ike, your dragon, and the Lagoo's Royal. But in hard mode, you don't get the Lagoo's Royal until phase 2. At least he's in bad biorhythm. I don't think that's going to change even throughout the map. Okay, yeah, you are bolting, I thought so. So, this map is pretty humongous. There's a lot of enemies all around, and see, here's the thing. On hard mode, and Japan Maniac mode, Ashnard moves. He does not, on easy and normal, he'll just sit here and wait for you to come to him. But he does move on hard mode, so you'll have to be very careful of his range. And he will try and kill people who aren't Ike or your dragon, so you'll want to keep those people out of his range. Now, one thing that I've seen people in Ironmans do is, they just put everyone up into this little, tiny little ring in the middle, and they choke point it. The problem is, when that choke point breaks, it falls apart like a house of dominoes. I've seen it in montages, and I just feel like, I think I'd rather divert some units to the sides, just to deal with these other enemies, to make sure that, like, I don't get completely overwhelmed at the end. Also, I think one of these... Oh, yeah, you have Deadeye. Some of these enemies do have mastery skills, which is really funny. Yeah, that guy has Vantage, that guy has Deadeye. Oh, yeah, there are also a bunch of red dragons around here that have pretty freakishly high stats. So let's just, I don't know why, like personal skills are referred to as not personal skills. Like, you know, normal skills are referred to as citizen skills. Soldier is just class skills. Oh, yeah, he has guard. I guess Ina could cancel that. I don't... Oh, this guy has Nile for some reason. It's weird that, like, a bunch of enemies just have, like... That guy has Vantage, and he has a Killer Lance. That's not actually that bad of a combo. Oh yeah, this guy has Astra, but again, it's probably not going to do much. I have a Silver Blade. He could do some stuff. That was your, Oh, yeah. So even though only 3 people can actually hurt him, a lot of people in the army have boss dialogue with Ashnard. Jill in particular is fantastic, but, unfortunately, you probably won't see that, because Ashnard will brutally murder her. So, I kind of want to hammer Ha's Brave Axe right off the bat. Soren needs to go where Ike is. You should probably go over there, or that puts you away from your support partner, unfortunately. Morim should go near the middle where I need some smitage. And I kind of want Rolf to go in the middle too, because lol, I need him to be on, like, the frontiest of front lines. I guess, but I do like both Oscar and, oh, that's not, Oscar. I do like both Oscar and Kieran. Also, I've got 3 Paladins in my final party. This is, like, shaping up to be, like, the standard of, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance endgame efficiency playthroughs, which just kind of spam Paladins. I kind of feel like, actually, no, there's Sword Masters over there. Yeah, I do think I sort of want Ha to go that. Do I need... Because I need... There's Gatry as well. Actually, Gatry is going to be pretty good against those Sword Masters. Can Mia double that cat? She certainly can. Okay, maybe I should put her here. And then... I guess this is looking okay. Yeah, so, yeah, to be fair, we are doing an Iron Man run. Okay, then. It has been 27.5 hours. And I think we'll go. Ashnard moves if you enter his range or turn 9. Okay. Yeah, so you get this conversation where Ike's like, Elincia, go away, it's too dangerous. Which kind of sucks, but I have to do that because otherwise it's an extra game over condition. So, oh boy, it begins. It has begin again, as Matt Mercer says. I don't think he voices anybody in Path of Radiance. I know that, like, his kind of counterpart, Tomokazu Sugita, voices Oliver in Fire Emblem Heroes. I think I'm going to go for this because of the massive crit rate. Because, yeah, like, that's not a kill, okay. That is, though. I do like how there's a separate... critical animation for not killing. But, like, yeah, in efficiency runs of Path of Radiance, it's kind of just spamming Paladins. And, like, honestly, I've never really understood the appeal of playing that way. Like, I guess Kanto is good, but, like, that's basically it. And now, yes, you say it again. This is it. The final battle. And let's go and hammer. I used to call this Hamron, because it's like, hey, it's like a hammer, because it repairs things. I feel like in some games it actually is just literally called the Repair Staff. I think that was the case in, like, Tearing Saga, but they actually changed it to Hammered because, yeah, the fan translation of Tearing Saga changed a couple of terms to be a little bit more Fire Emblem-y. You do have the full guard, right? Yes, you do. But I only have 5 uses left of the short axe, which I used to refer to as the shot axe sometimes, because, like, you throw it like something that you're shooting at things. The shot axe. You have no ranged weapons. Interesting. Okay. Also, yeah, the music is, like, not, it's basically just the same music that we've been hearing in the last few chapters, but, like, honestly, it's fine. This song's pretty good. I think it's called Congregation of Ambition. The full guard cancels effectiveness bonus, so he's not taking effective damage from stuff. And by stuff, I mean, arrows. That's not good. That is, though. Guess I'll use the killer just so I can... Gatry does have really rough, like, hit rate, though. He's probably gonna miss at least one of these. No, that's fine. As far as final battles, the only final battles felt like final battles were Fate's Awakening, Engage, and Verdant Wind. Yeah, I still haven't played Verdant Winds yet. Also, finally, Luna. That was not a kill. Because, yeah, sometimes ignoring defense isn't, like, always the greatest, like, of bonuses. Also, there is a Neko-chan up there. It would be really sad if Joffrey just, like, died, but, like, at this point... nope. Oh, hey, that works. I guess. I used to have a bad feeling, premonition of falling short. Now I have no fears as we're here to fight together. Yeah. I love I Believe. I Believe is such a good song. Also, yeah, Paragon in action. Is that your first level up? I think it might be. No, that's pretty good, actually. I mean, strength, skill, speed, HP is pretty much the main thing. I mean, apart from defense, pretty much the main thing that you need for, physical characters. You guys have 33 attack. Okay, yeah, so Toronio, yeah, he's somewhat in danger, although... I mean, if he gets doubled by everything, that could be a problem. 17 speed, 13. Yeah, I think those guys do double him. And that is a killer bow, so... Gotta be a little careful about where I put him. But, Rune Sword. That could be fun. And yeah, in the middle needs to go the Ina. Although, granted, yeah, that, bolting could do a bit of a number on her. Although, Gatry is in range, he could just decide to bolt Gatry instead. But I am kind of keen to try out the Wrath Resolvage on the Ina. But okay, so let's just move you up there. Just reminded me of, wait. Oh, right, just shoving him backwards. I was like, wait, I can't shove Ike. But, yeah, it's, shoving you. Ranulf will be ready to go to this side. I think he should be transforming kind of soon. And you'll just hover around there. Okay, first enemy phase of the final chapter. Let's go. You went for Rolf. Okay. I guess Rolf doesn't have a ton of HP, but still... I want to say Gatry was in your range, unless you had to move to get to Gatry and you actually don't move, so the range is a lie. Yeah, unfortunately, slight problem with Ina is that she is actually kind of tanky and I want her to get into lower HP range. Isn't the Fire Emblem series anniversary tomorrow? Maybe it is. Okay, if that's true, are we going to get more info on Fortune's Weave? Because, like, we haven't, like, we've had basically radio silence since the first trailer, so... Yeah, although honestly I have realized that, like, a lot of the time these days, Nintendo doesn't really reveal a lot about, like, the gameplay of games before the launch. Oh, Gatry's almost certainly gonna miss here. Cat in a bush. There we go. Oh, no, he doubled! Okay, then. Thing is, I'm pretty sure this can still miss. Because it's like, if you see the crit animation, you know that you didn't miss that, but skills are rolled for before hit rate, I think. So you can see the skill animation and still miss. Thank you for getting more skill. Cause yeah, like, I don't know what's going on with Fortune's Weave, but, I raise my sword vaguely in the air, ha. Never doubt Gate Free, exactly. Couldn't even double a fellow general. I mean, to be fair, you only have 13 speed, but still. Because I want to find out more about, like, just the gameplay loop, and maybe, hopefully, confirmation there won't be any route splits, but we'll see. Okay, you can double this one, at least. I know that's very much my wishful thinking, though. There's probably going to be route splits, because, you know, route splits are what sell Fire Emblem these days, unfortunately, for me. And I know some people like them, but I really don't. Unless it's like Sacred Stone style route splits where it doesn't affect the core plot or Thracia. Anyway, what I was saying was that, like, something that I was thinking about recently is that, like, I still want to be, like, yeah, Engage's promotion was also weird. Like, I still want to be, like, cautiously optimistic about Fortune's Weave, because when I really think about it, none of the Engage trailers actually got me hyped for Engage. Like literally the only thing that I was hyped about with Engage, given the trailers, was that it wouldn't have route splits. I did not know how good the gameplay would be until I actually started playing it. So yeah. I do remember, though, reading a lot of reviews that were just like, hey, the gameplay is really good, just don't expect to remember much about Elios when it's over. And, like, a lot of the reviews were talking about the story and characters not being as memorable as Three Houses, and I was like, I don't really care that much. Well, I guess it's like I like Engage's characters a lot, though. I like them more than most people do. And maybe it's because, not to get too negative, I like Awakening's cast a lot less than most people do. Like, I think a lot of people have nostalgia for Awakening's cast since, I mean, honestly, these days, like, because I would have said, oh, Awakening was, like, most people's first Fire Emblem game. It's not anymore. Like, Awakening's over 10 years old now. We're getting to the point where Awakening is old enough to have a remake, which is really making me feel an existential, like, which is really giving me existential dread, but, like, yeah, I don't even think it's true anymore that Awakening is most people's first Fire Emblem game now. But anyway, as I was saying, like, a lot of people have nostalgia for Awakening's cast. Like, I just don't, like, it's not that, like, I don't think they're, like, terrible or anything, but, like, I like Fate's characters more. Like, significantly more. I think Fate has some really good characters. Even people in Fate who you'd think were, like, joke characters, like Oboro. Oboro's a really good character. Effie's pretty good as well. Like, Arthur is a surprisingly really excellently written character. I love seeing +2s on, like, stat gains. Don't get me started on how Fate is reaching its 10-year anniversary. This year will be its 10-year anniversary in Japan, at least. No, it's already, hang on, when did Fates come out in Japan? Because it was early 2016 in America. But in Japan, it was 2015, right? And I mean 2016, yeah. I discovered your channel because of Awakening. If it got a remake, I get it. Yeah, that's fair. I didn't realize that you discovered my channel because of Awakening, though. That's actually, that's cool. That is cool. Yeah, because I remember that, like, because, like, I was trying to avoid spoilers. Look how tiny the rune sword is. I was trying to avoid spoilers for the blind playthrough. I didn't do a good job of it, though, because I was still obsessed with TV tropes, and I was looking at TV tropes pages, and I'm like, oh, whoa, I just accidentally found out that Garen is an evil slime monster. Whoops. That was a whole thing. I think that's exactly enough damage. And then we also had, you know, Smash Bros, Corrin in Smash Bros, which was hugely controversial even before people found out that Corrin was a very awkwardly written character in Fates. And then people who play the Japanese versions already kind of knew that, but still. Like, I remember, like, back in the day, when I finally finished, like, the Conquest route of Fates, I remember somebody linked me to the original Serenade's Forest thread that I think was called, like, the Light in the Darkness Nor story discussion, because back then people were just calling the stories Hoshido and Nor, because, that's what they were called in Japanese. It was, Anya Okoku and Byakuya Okoku. But, yeah. I didn't read it because I felt like it would just be ridiculous amounts of negativity, and it probably was, but, like, I think I remember that, like, people really, really lost it when they first found out what the story of Conquest actually was. And then I'm one of those weird people who just does not even mind that at all, just because it's like... Yeah, like, the issue with me with Birthright is that, like, Birthright is just boring. Like, Birthright isn't even so bad it's funny. In both map design and in, like, story, it's just, like, because if I wanted a sandbox experience, I'd rather play Awakening. I already said these thoughts in my, ranking every Fire Emblem game on gameplay and story video, but, like, I'm like, if I wanted a fun sandbox experience, I'd play, either Awakening or Revelation, because at least a Revelation has access to the full cast. And, you know, who cares if Owain sucks in Revelation because you have grinding? Oh, hi, Mosmero1186. Thank you for the wave. Fun fact, I played 3 Hopes demo before Engage. I forgot 3 Hopes had a demo! At first I was like, oh, maybe I should play the 3 Hopes demo, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, it's Fodlan. I really shouldn't do that. I wish I could get the Fodlan burnout out of my head, but just the discourse is just too much. But anyway, yeah. So sorry if I hope I'm not being too negative. I got kind of down before I started this stream, but hopefully we have a fun time. Last week's stream was really fun. Like, last week was one of the most fun streams I've ever had. I don't know if I'll be doing champions this stream. Also, Ha's taken a lot more damage than I expected. I may need to... Soren's already moved. Oh no, I have 8 uses on Fortify. I'm probably fine. I don't know what the range on Fortify is, so I guess I'm gonna actually have to get closer. Boa de Brazil. Good evening from Brazil. Okay. Sorry, I can pronounce Italian. The Italian equivalent will be Buonanotte, but, because I did Italian in, when I was a kid, but, not sure why, but I did. It was cool. But yeah, I can't pronounce, Brazilian Portuguese, yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Always nice to see people tuning in from all over the world. Of course, Ina's like one of the few people that Morim can't smite because she is a very, very big, heavy dragon. Do I miss ×2? Yeah, that was hard. Oh, right, that. You're not gonna double him, are you? Please don't double him. I'm pretty sure it's, like, almost physically impossible to double, with Siege Tomes. In some games, Siege Tomes are, like, they have an effect that's coded into them that's, like, you cannot double at all. A rare footage of a non, ether crit from Ike. Yeah, like, this is where Ike gets pretty good, and then he stays this good into Radiant Dawn. Like, essentially, all of Path of Radiance was his trainee arc, and then in Radiant Dawn, he's, like, ridiculously good from the beginning. Yeah, that was kind of scary. That's a lot of damage, but that Bolton guy's gonna die now, so it's fine. As somebody who started with 3 Hows, I can see the burnout, it's just too much, yeah. People tell me that I shouldn't have played all 4 routes, like, in a row, but, like, I had to get, like, the full story. The thing that's, like, kind of rough is that you need to play all 4 of them to understand the entire story. Yes, each one works as a standalone experience, but you will be missing a lot of key details, and also, there's a bunch of things on every route that are outright lies without the context of other routes. It's just... you kind of need to play all of them, and, when a game does that, I kind of prefer the approach of Nier Automata. How are we surviving? Pretty well, actually. In Nier Automata, like, you need to play, like, 4 routes to fully understand the story, but the routes were very short, at least. Like, the first one's, like, maybe no more than 20 hours, then the second one's way shorter because you have a completely overpowered protagonist who just one-shots everything. And then the last 2 routes are, like, not even routes, they're, like, 1 route, and then you just pick an ending. So also, we're thinking about it, like, Nier Automata is also the kind of, like, quote-unquote discourse story that I actually like, because the point of that story is that everybody's terrible. Like, you're not really meant to be rooting for anyone by the end of that. I mean, it does have a... Anyway, that's a spoiler for Nier Automata. It's way more hopeful than it sounds, but it's more like... It's kind of Shakespearean tragedy-esque, like, a lot of the characters in that game, like, it's a whole thing. Probably shouldn't be saying much more, because spoilers. I like Nier Automata a lot. I feel like I'm one of the people who... I'm frustrated at, like, the people who only like it because they're gooners for 2B. Not least because for some reason A2 actually is more my thing than 2B, but, like, it's really because I just think that story is, like, legitimately a very, very, like, it's a really good game, and it's a very philosophical and actually quite intelligent story, so I don't like the fact that it's just known as the robot waifu game online. We haven't had any recent deaths, no, sorry. Welcome to Fire Emblem Path of Radiance's finale, where I talk about Nier Automata for some reason. But, like, yeah, I really like its approach to, like, multiple routes, because it's just, you can play through, like, the routes don't overstay their welcome, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, nice crit there, Kieran. We haven't had any recent... I already answered that. Play for the plot, in air quotes, stay for the plot, yeah. I mean, although I didn't, you know, I started just for the, well, I don't know, I don't remember, why did I actually play it in the first place? I think it was just because I heard that, I heard that it was, like, the only Nair game with good gameplay, so I was like, okay, that sounds fun. And then they remade Replicant with Automata's gameplay, and I had that in my Steam backlog for years, and I haven't started it yet, because I've been distracted by all these other games. Yeah. I'm almost finished Trails into Reverie, though. It's been great so far. Though I am at the same point in Reverie that I'm at in Metaphor's Let's Play right now. The part where it's right before the final battle, the world's in mortal peril, and a bajillion side quests just opened up. But yeah. Enjoying that. I'm wondering whether I play Replicant or Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth next. Because I know that Replicant is very depressing, and I'm like, I do wonder if I actually need that kind of game right now in my life, because I've been having a bit of a hard time recently, like, depression-wise, but I think it is, like, ultimately kind of uplifting, but, like, it's similar to Automata. It's like it's basically a Shakespearean tragedy, so there's poetic justice in what happens, but, like, but yeah, it's either that or Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and, which I've heard kind of awkward things about it, Infinite Wealth, but apparently the gameplay is better than the first one, and I like the first one decently enough. I've just heard, like, the main, like, I've heard that Infinite Wealth is still good, but, like, the main issue is, like, it was supposed to be Ichiban's story, and actually it's like, oh, actually, no, it's the Kiryu show the whole way through. It's Kiryu all the way down. I mean, it makes sense why, if you know the story reasons of why Kiryu is there, but, like, I also feel like, having not played any of Kiryu's games, maybe I shouldn't actually play Infinite Wealth next. I should probably play... I do have Zero as well in my backlog. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should play Zero before I play Infinite Wealth, because, although then I'm gonna have to 100% catfights before I finish that game, because I 100% games, and oh boy, catfights. But yeah. Maybe I should play, like, Zero, because if I play Zero, at least I know I get to understand, like, you know, Kiryu, a bit more, and, like, because I do basically get the gist of Kiryu's story, but, like, obviously Infinite Wealth does hit way harder as, like, the grand finale to his story, even though Yakuza 6 was supposed to be the grand finale to his story, and then The Man Who Erased His Name was supposed to be the grand finale to his story. But no. They had to do it again. I hope they actually keep their promise this time, and Infinite Wealth is just the grand finale. Maidenless K. Rule Main, Zero's the only Yakuza I played, but I loved it. Yeah, Zero is like the Fire Emblem Awakening of Yakuza. It's the game that turned that series mainstream. But it's also cool because it's a prequel, so, so, like, you can fully understand without much knowledge of the other games. And it's also interesting with, like, the decade that it takes place in. Yakuza 0 has a lot of missable trophies. Oh, interesting. So I am 50-50 on Infinite Wealth being Kiryu's last story. Yeah, that does sound about right. Given that they... Like, I've said this before, but they suffer from the same problem that, like, Ace Attorney does, where it's just like, we need to, you know, let's retire Phoenix and let other protagonists have the spotlight for once. Oh, nope, Phoenix is the main character, he sells games, so we have to put Phoenix in every game, no matter how little sense it makes. Can you get to... Okay, you can go... Oh, but... Oh, actually, if Rolf gets hit by that at 2 range, I don't think he can counter, because the double bow is 4 range exactly. Oh, okay, that's... For some reason, that's the only way I can actually attack you, but I guess I'll take it. Oh, because you hate how they handled the finale of Kiryu in Yakuza 6. Yeah, I do remember that was a little controversial. And you can't talk about it in detail because of spoilers. I vaguely know what happens in the end of Yakuza 6, like, very, very vaguely. Like, very, very vaguely. Think we had a new Phoenix right anytime soon? I kind of hope so. Like, if a new Ace Attorney game comes out, I'd like to stream it, but I'm really worried about having, like, the chat, because, like, I obviously don't want spoilers. Yeah, Apollo ended up like a side character in his own name. Thankfully, he got vindication in Spirit of Justice, which was, billed itself as a Phoenix game, and it was actually an Apollo game all along, and I love that. Like, I really love that. Like, how it's like, oh, you thought this was a Phoenix game. Actually, it's Apollo's game. I know some people don't like the kind of story details they did to kind of retcon Apollo's backstory in that game, but, like, I do like it overall. Like, I like that he gets the spotlight. Like, I think it was pretty cool. I do hope, like, I don't know if this is the case because I'm not sure how popular Capcom thinks she is, but I would really like it, and this is what, like, a lot of people are saying, I would really like it if the next game was, like Athena focused. I've already said this in an earlier stream, actually, but, like, it'd be really cool if the next game was, like, it gave Athena a little bit more spotlight, because, like, they kind of, like, did Athena's entire backstory in her first game. I guess that's the problem. I think they feel like there's not really anywhere to take the character after she did, like, she was, like, the main focus in Dual Destinies. But that was kind of the case with Phoenix, and, like, Apollo also had his own game, and then they managed to get more out of Apollo, so... I'm sure there are directions they could take Athena, and I'd really like to see it, because Athena has potential, and I like the psychology angle of her character. Like, yeah, there's a lot of, like, ways that I really do think that they could do some cool things with Athena. Also, her theme is incredible. Absolutely love Courtroom Revolutionaire. Especially the Spirit of Justice version. Like, she might not get a lot of screen time in Spirit of Justice, but holy crap, the remix of her theme song in Spirit of Justice is insane. Spoilers are hard to dodge these days. Managed to avoid spoilers from the Mario Galaxy movie for a long time, then bam, social media explodes about one cameo. Yeah, I know somebody who, like, wants a total information blackout on Sonic Movie 4, so, like, literally nothing at all, like literally do not want to talk about Sonic Movie 4 at all, which is totally fair, like, even the most briefest of trailers. A77 will be the beginning of the Athena trilogy, I wish. Well, I mean, I'm not sure she needs a full trilogy, but yeah. Well, I've always said that, like, oh yeah, we actually don't know who Athena's dad is. That's a good point, Some Asian. Yeah. We could, like, they could do stuff with that, because we know Athena's mother, but we don't know who her dad was. That would actually be interesting. Oh yeah, I love the Investigations 2 streams. They were way more fun than I expected them to be. And I already expected them to be pretty fun, but yeah. So thanks for watching those VODs, yeah. Don't even play the series for yourself because you're low-key and feel too dumb for it. Like, there are... Like, you can play the games in any order is the thing. I mean, I would recommend... Oh, except for Great Ace Attorney 1 and 2, but they're only available in English as part of a collection anyway. But So... like, you can play the games in any order, and the later games, like Spirit of Justice, not Spirit of Justice, but like, Dual Destinies is a lot easier, so you don't really need to worry too much about, like, how hard they are. Like, there's a lot of QOL in the later games, so, like, you can kind of start anywhere you want. Cause like, the earlier games, I will admit, Justice for All is actually a brutal game in terms of difficulty. Like, it's a little ridiculous. They're like, oh, hey, we have the new penalty meter. Let's give the player 100% penalties all the freaking time. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm giving random tangents and stuff, but, just clearing out these initial enemies, and things will get very interesting once, we get into the Ashnardification. That's a word. Sad you missed those live. It's fine, Viridian Chill, like, you'll get a lot of it, you'll still... I like to make sure the VODs are still, like, worth watching even if you didn't catch them live. Not sure how well this one will age because I'm going on a lot of tangents, but yeah, it's probably fine. It's also, you know, the finale of this game. I feel pretty left out of this Ace Attorney conversation. I would just say play Ace Attorney, but, like, I do recommend Ace Attorney a lot. Like, if you like mysteries, Ace Attorney is legitimately a better written murder mystery than the majority of ones on TV, I find. So, yeah, like, it's, like, they are very good, but I don't want to, you know, force people to play things they don't want to. RT game played JFA and was struggling for the whole game, basically. I still think it's really cool that, like, Lucagin actually, like, completely, like, actually did really well in Turnabout Big Top, which is a case a lot of people struggle on. And she did so well that a lot of people in the comments were, like, actually changing their opinions on the case, because if you do it perfectly, it actually doesn't look that bad. I at least have AA1 down, at least, yeah. And AA1's, like, one of my least favorite games in that series, but, like, it's still good. It's more that just the other games are super duper awesome amazing, but, like, AA1 is just kind of, like... It was good for its time, like, for what it was. Oh, right, by the way, this guy right here, he's just chilling with the S-Rank Light Tome. There's a way to get him to unequip this so that Volt can steal it, but it requires a lot of weird, complicated stuff. But it's possible. Okay, Ike has a one-use elixir left. That is interesting. Okay. Oh, hi Lenny. Ironman run. I mentioned the Your Horizon stream earlier in this, if that's okay. Unfortunately, I can't say much about it because trail spoilers, but yeah, that was really fun. Oh, right, you're the guy with Nile. Which is actually relevant against Rolf, kind of, but nope. Disarm is not in this game, unfortunately. Yeah, AA1 has first game syndrome. Personally, as games, I tend to play more RPGs and action RPGs than adventure and mystery games. Trying to play more Metroid recently. Yeah, that's fine if you have, like, different tastes. Like, for example, I suck at fighting games horrendously. Yeah. Hang on. Okay, yeah, you are out of Ashnard's range. Because I need to lure you and get that Speedwing. It would be so... funny, and I mean, this reminds me of a, Friends quote. Funny haha, or funny it's the second kind of funny. If I did all this work and then I accidentally dropped the Speedwing instead of putting it in my inventory. I don't know what the context of that was, but, like, it's like, when you hear something funny, and then Channel's like, funny haha, or funny I am not sure I want to put Mia anywhere near, like, the middle right now. Because of reasons. Like, those red dragons are not going to be a threat to me, if, like, I think I kind of want to pull some other people back. Is the tome still equipped after being silenced? Yeah, maybe silencing him does let you steal it? I'm not sure exactly how that works. Oh, I couldn't even see you there. Hi, cat. That's my cat in a nutshell. My cat in an absolute nutshell. Something mentioned Guilty Gear Strive. Yeah, I've seen Lenny playing that recently. And one of the characters in it, like, I suck at fighting games, so I can't really comment, but one of the characters in it has, like, a giant railgun that also turns into her bike, and I'm just like, oh, see, normally I put Oscar near Ike for the support against Ashnard, but, like, Oscar could die to Ashnard then. This is the issue. This is the issue. But, what I was saying was that, it made me, like, think of, like, it would be kind of cool if, like, there was a, like, an indie game, an indie shooter game called Bike Gun, where the premise is it's a shooter, but all of your guns can turn into bikes, so everyone can transform their gun into a bike and ride it for mobility. Bike Gun. Like, that sounds like and it's like, in a world where everyone has guns that are also bikes. I don't know, that was just something that I just thought of when I was watching that stream. You're thinking of Unika, she's just... Oh yeah, I heard that she's a future child of two characters gone back in time. But I mostly just thought of the bike gun. Cause we have we have, you know, the, we have some interesting premise, like, you know, competitive games and stuff. Yeah, I like how, some people in the chat are already saying I'd play that. Oh yeah, I've seen people stream the Avatar fighting game. It looks really good. I think people would actually like it even more than the Invincible fighting game. But yeah. I saw a bit of footage of that one too, but, like, I'm not really into Invincible because it's, like, gory, but, yeah, the Avatar, like, I'm surprised they haven't done an Avatar fighting game sooner. Because Avatar seems like the perfect candidate for a fighting game. They're doing a lot with Avatar these days, although, I found out from watching somebody else's live stream that apparently there's an Avatar movie that's, like, coming out, and apparently the entire movie got leaked because some random person just shared the whole thing in an email, and it got hacked, and now the entire movie is out there. That must really suck. You'll absolutely be streaming the Avatar fighting game when it releases for your fighting game streams. Yeah, I'd be down for watching that. Yeah, the Guilty Gear cast sounds crazy in the best way. Like, the random, like, evil scientist with a paper bag on his head or something like that. Like, Guilty Gear does sound crazy. Yeah, I don't know what the company would have to do about that. Like... I don't know, like, because they can't exactly release the movie, like, just, like, release the movie now, because I know that sometimes in games when, like, characters get leaked in trailers, the company is just like, well, we'll just release the character now, because, like, that's what happened in Smash, well, not release that, but, reveal them now, like, that's what happened in Smash Bros. With, when Shulk got leaked, they dropped Shulk's trailer, like, right then. But they can't exactly do that with Avatar, because, with like, a movie, because, you know, movies, a lot goes into, like, releasing the movie in cinemas, and, yeah, I don't know. Also, Faust isn't evil, he's just Faust. He's not evil, he's just weird. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Worst of all, it's the third move from Paramount that's leaked. Well, on the one hand, I'm like, ooh, what if Sonic 4 gets leaked and we all see it early? But also, I want Sonic 4 to do well at the box office, so I guess I don't want it to get leaked. The dichotomy of that. They've had SpongeBob movies get leaked fully as well. Didn't, like, that Sandy Cheeks movie get leaked and that was apparently terrible? But the Plankton movie was, like, really good? I'm not into SpongeBob at all, but, like, I've heard the Plankton movie is really good. Yeah, they literally called the Shulk trailer, Guess We Don't Have a Choice. Though it's actually a reference to a line that Shulk says in the game itself, if you're fighting a high-level enemy. Yeah, so, I believe Ike has different dialogue if he deals the killing blow to Bryce. It's a rare case of, like, unique defeat quotes, for bosses that aren't Saizo. Whoa, Ike, you double that guy! Yay! Yay! Oh, you worked on the Sandy movie? Remind me to discuss that with you privately on Discord. Oh, that's interesting. Please let Metal Sonic be cool. I don't want to watch him Aura Farm only in Death Battle. Yeah, I'm convinced that Metal Sonic's going to be cool. I hope they do Metal Overlord. We'll see if they do Metal Overlord. Metal Overlord would be awesome. Oh. Oh. Oh yeah, the double bow's accuracy sucks. Can I do this? Is the thing. Oh, 1% crit's kind of scary. You know what? Oh boy. Oh boy. I think this is... Oh yes, unique dialogue against Ina. Huh. No peace in your final moments? It's cute you think you're actually a threat to her. I'm actually really liking the fact that I'm using Ina in this run. Like, I normally don't use Ina, but, like, she's... Like, she has, like, if you actually train her, she's decent. Like, she can be decent. And I do like that, a lot. Okay, okay, I can just heal her. Like, I'm just like, these two dragons better not kill her. I mean, they'll probably put her in Resolve, but, like... okay. I was promising this would, I knew this would happen. I wanted this to happen. I had to have this happen. Yes, it happened! One last Rolf Gaming for the road! You're not in your homeland! Your homeland is fine, we're liberating our homeland. I guess Bryce is just dumb in so many respects. But yeah, so my whole... I wanted Rolf to get Bryce because, like, Rolf can't kill Ashnard, so this is the next best thing. And now we have the Speedwing. Okay, so... 40... do you guys... Okay, 36. She only has 28 defense. Yeah, the Sonic moves have been great with characters, bit iffy with Tails, but otherwise good, yeah. So I'm confident that they will do Amy justice, but we'll see. Because, like, Shadow was good. Dare I say I like movie Shadow more than game Shadow. Though granted, that's not an entirely high bar to clear, but yeah. I think it's like, oh no, that's it. I was watching it was like from Callie McGann's after movie reactions, which were mostly focused on the post-credit scene for obvious reasons. But yeah, that's where it came up that like movie Shadow's like a lot less actively malicious than like SA2 Shadow. Like, you get the sense that he just wants to be left alone. Like, he doesn't actually want to like destroy the world until Gerald like convinces him to start doing it. Like, he kind of just, like, everyone here's mounted, unfortunately. I don't think I'll be able to get... Actually... Root Sword. Yeah, and I double. Yeah, true. Adventure 2 was old and the movie had more time to cook with Shadow's story. Revenge Guac. Yeah, like, for lack of a better word, movie Shadow's a lot more wholesome. Which is something that I didn't really expect, but it kind of makes sense because he sort of only just got out of, like... I mean, he's still really, really profoundly depressed, but, he's more like sad depressed than angry depressed the way that he is in SA2. It's an interesting take on like the character. But anyway, yeah, trade strats, exactly. Yeah, the stuff about SA2 Shadow having altered memories is still something that, like, kind of confuses me. I'm not really sure how much I, like, agree with that plot point, but but that's a totally different, like, thing. So... Here's the thing. I really hope that Ina doesn't, like, somehow die to those dragons. We'll see. Because otherwise, we've got problems. Is it just me, or is the breath icon on that enemy dragon bigger than Ina's breath icon? Oh, no! That's not good. I mean, she does have Wrath, at least. So, if she's critting, she'll probably do damage to Ashnard. Can someone blast with a heat ray, please? It's so cold. Yeah, it's getting colder where I live. But I am, hopefully, everything permitting, going to be overseas when it would be winter over here. So, I have to be dealing with, like, an extra summer. Yeah, the chat's now reacting to that Ina moment. So, like, I wonder about this. I think she'll still be able to do some damage to Ashnard, like, with crits. Because she probably, like, okay, is she in? She is not in Wrath, right? She's not in Wrath Resolve, okay. She's not in Da Vinci Resolve. How is Rolf doing damage, but Ina is not? Okay, well, her attack's kind of low, but it's still a little hilarious that Rolf is doing damage, but Ina isn't. And again, to be fair, that's a forged weapon on Rolf, but still. Where am I planning on going overseas, if you don't mind me asking? Hopefully, this is assuming that the whole... You know, our jet fuel reserves don't just implode, and they might, so I'm still taking things with a grain of salt at this point, sadly. But, hopefully, it's gonna be, to Ireland and then to Japan on the way back, because... from the US, you can get to Europe, like, in, like, 5 hours, but for Australia, it takes, like, 20 hours, so I thought it's better to break up the trip by going via Japan, to Europe. I've had the Ireland thing planned for years, because like, my ancestry is in Ireland, I've wanted to see Ireland, and also, this is totally unrelated, but it's also cool, I'll be going to a lot of places that inspired Thracia locations, which is actually pretty epic. So places like, yeah, places with the names of, like, Thracia, like, areas. But, the thing is, I love what it looks like when the dragons miss. You just take one little tiny shuffle backwards, and all the breath just goes uselessly into the ground. I am a little concerned if Soren, like, gets one-shotted. 48? Soren could get one-shot. Yeah, Soren definitely gets one-shotted by those dragons. That's unfortunate. Because, like, I can't exactly put Ina there and have Soren, like, attack, because then the dragon will just one-shot him. And I wanted Soren to go up here so he could explode some dragons. Apparently it takes 36 hours from New Caledonia to New York. Ooh, if I had to go on a 9-hour flight and that stunk, so I can't imagine how bad 20 hours is. Yeah, yeah, that's, 9 hours is from Australia to Japan, so, yeah. And yeah, I don't even like 9-hour flights, but, even from Japan to, like, Europe, it's still gonna take quite some time. But, yeah... like 14 or 13 hours, which I don't like planes at all. But we'll see. Yeah, I hate flying as well, Summation. We were me and my mum were tempted to pay for business class entirely so that, like, we'd have a more comfortable flight, but, it's a little expensive. Although, granted, even premium economy was, like, stupidly expensive, but still. Anyway. Anyway. Flying is fine for me, I hate taking off. I'm kind of the opposite. I don't mind the takeoff and landing, but it's just the actual flight itself that's just, ugh. Okay, so... I think the other dragon exactly puts her in Wrath. Like, exactly puts her in Wrath. Although, no, she's exactly half. Does that not count as below half? Oh, no, that did do more. So there we go. We've got Wrath Resolve now. She didn't crit, though. That's a little annoying. But yeah, there's Wrath Resolve Ina working. Oh, okay, I guess you're going back to heal. So, yeah, avoid 90. I think those pluses are taking into account the demi-band, so they should be a little higher. But yeah, she has 34 speed now, and 35 strength. So she actually has strength on par with... Yeah, so she's got 45 attack. So she does do 10 base damage to Ashnard. So if she crits, that's 30. I don't... Yeah, the combat forecast doesn't take into account Wrath crit. I think Wrath crit is like... What, like 50 or something? It's at least 30. It's pretty high. So... This should be okay? Now, if I do end up doing this, I have to evac Rolf, because otherwise he could get splattered by Ashnard. Soren doesn't even W. Well, I guess you're living up to your boyfriend's example, then. Actually, I've got to be really careful when I do that. I might want to just test out to see if I ether one of them first. No ether. That's where I calm myself during a fight is have some sort of distraction. Yeah, I cannot sleep on planes. Okay. I mean, I could try that to see if I crit and then heal. Like, oh boy, am I gonna have to heal for after that. Does Oscar do well against the dragons? With Heartless? That's okay. Let's see. I mean, I can try this. What's my favorite feature from every Fire Emblem game? Oh, that's gonna take a while. Okay, I'm glad I got one crit there. Because I should be able to finish you off with Oscar now. Should be able to. This scares me. I don't think there's any way that she can die here. Oh yeah, Wrath is only enemy phase in some games, which does suck a lot. Apparently Wrath is still really good in Three Houses. It's like Battalion Wrath particularly. There we go. There's the Wrath crit. So you're dead now. There we go. Also 1 HP Ina. I believe... Oh, no, that's Miracle. I was thinking... Okay, because, like, Wrath was, like, guaranteed crits when you're, like, below half health in Genealogy. I was thinking of, like, how, like, Miracle works. I'm glad you got more strength. Yeah. Because +1 strength equals... Yeah, that's an extra point from Resolve. So now you're at 47 attack, which is even more damage to Ashnard. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, what was I saying again? Yeah, I'm gonna heal Ina, don't worry. For forging of bonus experience. Oh yeah, I was gonna say what my favorite feature from every Fire Emblem game was. Fire Emblem 1, favorite feature, everything, because it started the series. Gaiden... I'm just trying to think. I like... The dungeons are cool in theory, but, like, they do drag on sometimes. Okay, slight plan. Heal with Soren, and have Rhys purge that general. Because, like, Purge is really not going to be of use against Ashnard, obviously. There's really nobody else I'm going to be using, because if I press the... Oh, there's 3 enemies left. Yeah, so it's just Ashnard, that guy, and the Bishop, who I don't really care. Actually, no, I should probably kill the Bishop because he can heal Ashnard. But yeah, there's really nobody else that I want to use Purge on, so get Purge, just so you don't become a problem later. Okay, it's gonna be final boss time soon. Oh yeah, villagers are cool. Like the villager idea is pretty cool with that. I'm quickly approaching the turn where Ashnard is apparently supposed to move on his own. But yeah, so 27 speed. He does double Ina by default. Hang on. But, like, the first hit will put her into... well, maybe it doesn't put her into Resolve. I've got to do calcs on this, actually. Although granted, I do want, so for the first part, you are gonna Fortirity... Oh, I guess I use the Speedwing yet. Okay, I am silly. I am a silly fool. Because Ike needs to go and use that now, obviously. Of course, I will need to, like, evac Rolf very soon. So I think I'd rather do this. Speedwing, use... There we go. 1 point off capped speed. The question is, do I keep Oscar here for the Ike support, or, I don't really, the plus 30 avoid is not going to do much. I think Ashnard's, like, his accuracy is ridiculous. Oh, 139 is not the best. Especially in 71 avoid. But yeah, Rolf, oh, thankfully Rolf has the boots. Rolf, get out of there. Soren, get out of there. But I guess Physic Risk. Yeah, now I can pretend he wasn't totally speed screwed. I really should have speed-winged him earlier. I don't think that's cat resistance. No, it's not, yeah. So Ina is fully healed. So, okay. So she has 28 defense against his 55 attack. Let me just bring up a calculator, because I think I do need this. This is the moment of truth right here. The entire playthrough is gonna fail if I can't get this fight right. So 55 minus 28. So she takes 27 damage. Okay. I need multiple calculators for this. So she takes 27 damage. I think I might even need to just open up the internet just so I can have multiple of these calculators open. So she takes 27. So she has... so she takes 27 damage. As much damage as Ashnard's speed. And she has... So that one hit is not going to put her into Wrath Resolve, unfortunately. Because she has 62 minus 27, 35, yeah. So she's going to get doubled. She's going to get doubled no matter what. Because the first hit won't put her into Resolve. And that means... Oh, that means her... That's actually really bad. That means her counterattack won't do anything, because she'll counter before Wrath Resolve. That is actually really not good. Because, like, she counters before Resolve kicks in, so she won't do any damage. And then he'll hit her again. And then, if I try to attack it with her again, she'll, like, die. So... This is actually kind of bad. Now I think about it. Should she unequip the Demiband to have more defense? If she does that, she won't be transformed, though. She'll be untransformed, and then he'll just kill her, so... Because if... So... 55 minus 30, she'll take 25. Like, it's still bad. I don't have transform items. I don't have any of them. I think Rayson had all my Lagoo stones and he died. So I don't have any Lagoo stones at all. I checked my inventory before the chapter, I don't have any. So I think I kind of need to bank on Ragnar now, honestly. This actually kind of sucks. I mean, she has Miracle, but, like, I don't want to rely on that. This is not good. Maybe if I hadn't healed her as much, it would be fine-ish. But yeah, she takes 27, like, times 2. She takes 54 damage total. Yeah, so... yeah, this is actually gonna be rough. Oh. Yeah, he does move now. Okay. Okay, interesting. Oh, and they're reinforcements. And that's a Physic Bishop, isn't it? Yeah, it is a Physic Bishop. And that's Fortify. So... I mean, Ike does do damage, at least. 26. 26 times 2. Does that kill Ike? 52. No, Ike does live from that. Unless this guy decides to Rex Aura him for some reason. We also have a bunch of Paladins. And there's 2 people healing Ashnard. Oof. Yeah, this could actually be really bad. This could be very, 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 very bad. Ugh. Why is she no damage? Her strength is terrible for a dragon. Even without the Demiband, she'd only be able to do like 1 or 2 damage. Take her Demiband off, try using it with the Lagoon's Head. But if I do that, he'll attack her and she'll die because she'll have 0 transform gauge. Like, she'll just die. She'll be an untransformed form. And he'll go for her if she's untransformed, and there's no way I can get her out of his range. Like, it's funny, like, I normally consider this final boss to be really easy, but, yeah, this is not, this is actually really bad. I already had Riss move. I already had Soren move. Crap. If nothing else, I'd like to at least try and kill that bishop. So maybe we can sort of try and gate Ashnard up to the top of the map. Because it's like, I don't know if that guy is going to Rex Aura Ike. I feel like he prioritizes healing, but if Ashnard hits Ike twice and the bishop uses Rex Aura, Ike might be dead. At the same time, though, Ike does have cap resistance, so maybe cap resistance is actually going to help. The fountain is a wall. True. Yeah. Yeah, this is hard mode, so yeah. Yeah, the fountain does block movement, but there's, like, everything else around the fountain does not block movement. I mean, I suppose if I put people here and here, that would block Ashnard, but then Ashnard could just start killing them. Try attacking with Inner and heal her to 55 HP. Maybe. Ah, okay. Interesting, yeah. 10 move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If he goes through Ike. I still don't think he can get to Riss even if he goes through Ike. But yeah. Or I could just put Ina there. I do want to kill off that bishop. Yeah, he still can't get to Riss. But I could put Ina here for good measure. He's probably going to go for Ina, though. Yeah, Demiband halves the transform bonuses. Decimals are rounded up. Yeah. It's just that if I take off the Demiband, he's going to kill her. So... yeah. Because the stats displayed there are her transformed stats. I think it does just reset the gauge to 0 if you unequip it, which is why I don't think I can do that. He does use Rex Aura! Okay. Well, at least Ike still lives one hit, and also this guy's dead. Also just missed. Ike does have 22 resistance, though. She needs to be in 53 HP to get Wrath Resolve. Okay, good to know. And he went for Ina. Which is, like, lore accurate, but yeah. It's just such a shame, because, like, I want to do this fight with Ina because it really makes sense. Yeah, I do like how this conversation, it's a little ambiguous who she's referring to. Like, you might even think she's in love with Ashnard at first, but yeah, it's a little different. And she gets doubled. She can't attack again. Yeah, my Wrath Resolve build on Ina is totally useless against Ashnard. Wow. I probably should have unequipped the... I probably shouldn't have used the Demi Band. Because, like, she can do stuff to him now, but she'll die. So, if I heal her... Okay. So, firstly, lock in your range. There's the stupid Physic Bishop as well. So, that's 11 spaces range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's like... Oh, it's only up to, like, here. Okay, so if I kite Ashnard down into this general region... I don't think the Physic Bishop is going to be that much of a threat. Ashnard can also Kanto, though. So yeah, I kind of have to bank on Ether. I do like the comment about the stance, because Ike does use the same stance as his father when he's promoted. Oh yeah, you'll only hear about Ashnard's ideal world if you actually, like, get him to fight Rayson, which is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. So... I mean, he can miss Ina as well, and I also have Miracle. I don't want to have to rely on that, though. At all. Like, you really, really need to get Ethers. That's basically how this fight works. But here's the thing. So... What is the minimum range for Soren to be able to Physic Ina? Well, not there. Okay, he can Physic her to 48 from there. Okay, so 48. 48, right. So 48, one hit definitely puts her into Wrath Resolve. And then he doesn't double because the speed is factored in. We actually learned that. We learned that earlier in the playthrough against Grommel, of all people. We learned that if you get into Resolve range mid-fights, the enemy doesn't double you, because your speed will suddenly start factoring in the middle of the fight, and you're actually too fast for them to double. So, if he goes for Ina now... Yeah, because he doubles now, but the first hit puts her into Resolve, and that means that he won't get the second hit. Because, again, I am pretty sure that we learned how this worked all the way back in the... in that fight. So, the question is, do I put Ina closer? So that he doesn't, so that he stays, that he doesn't go closer to us. General Boltax Chekhov's gun. No, this is Path of Radiance only, by the way. Yeah, thank you, Grommel, you actually did something. Okay. I hope that I'm right about this. I hope that the Grommel strategy is right, because, yeah, so if I'm right, this one hit will put her into, Wrath Resolve. And she got the crit! Excellent! I don't know if she starts doubling now. Does she? She does! Excellent! Okay! Okay, this is better. This is better. I can work with this. Ina's actually doing something after all. It would be really sad if those paladins actually, killed Ike somehow, though. So he's only down to 9. And Ike does... I can't attack him. Oh, no, I can attack him. It has to be, from range. Okay, so I can finish this. Okay, good. So... Now we get our Laguz Royal. And I forgot to research which one of them. I forgot to look at my own video. You know what? I'm actually gonna... This is really weird. Okay, firstly, though... So here's the thing. Like, I doubt that any of them are actually a threat to Ike. 28 attack, 26 attack. Ike has 29 defense with Ragnall. Yeah, I think he's totally fine. I don't think I can hurt Ina either. So yeah, I may as well do this and finish this. Yes, he has the high ground, exactly. And, okay. So, on easy and normal mode, that's it. That's the end of the fight. But if you're playing hard mode or Japanese maniac mode, this happens. So yeah, he just touched the Medallion of Chaos that's supposed to drive people insane when they touch it. So, yeah. He doesn't care, because he was already insane. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this dark promotion animation that he gets. Gifka hits the hardest, but Tiban can fly. Yeah, from what I remember, Tiban is, like, barely lower in terms of damage, but he can fly. The only advantage Tiban has fly mobility. Nassau is not pointless. He's the best one for story, in my opinion. And yeah, he gets a new super crazy portrait. Well, the only reason he's still sane is because he was already insane. So yeah, in easy and normal, you get to call one of the Laguz Royals at the start, but now you only call them until phase 2, so, I feel like I don't use Tiban nearly often enough. I might actually go Tiban, even though Gifka's objectively the best, but I am gonna choose Tiban this time, I think. There's barely any difference. Oh yeah, they don't arrive until the start of my next phase. But yeah, he has 1 more speed, but 5 more strength. Which actually might be a blessing in disguise against Ina, because I think that actually means that he pushes her into Resolve after only 1 hit. Okay, I need to recalculate things. So he has 60 attack now. And I might actually have to have her use Ike's Elixir, honestly. Like, that's actually possibly the play here. Because I don't think I'll be able to survive if I don't. So, like, she has... Okay, yes, she has 28 defense, he has 60 attack now. So, 60 minus 28. He does 34... he has 32 to her. 32 damage. Okay. Oh! Oh, he actually straight up kills her if she's at full health. He full-on kills her from full health. But... if she is at anything less than full health, she lives. This is really bizarre. Oh yeah, Nassau also gives you a coin for Radiant Dawn. This is actually hilarious. So, if Ina is at full health, she dies exactly. If she's at anything less than full health, the first hit pushes her into Resolve and she doesn't die. That's really interesting. In fact, you know what? I am freaking glad I got rid of Renewal, because holy crap, if I had... According to my bio, Tiban does 10 damage, Nasala does 4 times 2, and Gifka does 15. Okay. Well, Gifka does more than I remember he did than Tiban, but still. That is actually really funny, yeah. No, Resolve would not kick in after the first hit, I think, because... Oh, wait, no, would it? Hang on. No, wait, no. Wait, hang on. Actually, no, I'm wrong. 32 would put her into Resolve. No, she's fine. Sorry, ignore me, sorry. I was thinking that he was doing... If he was doing 31, that would be really bad. If he was doing 31, then he would just kill her. But no, no. I'm actually wrong. He does 32, so no, he does push her into... He does push her into Resolve on the first hit, because I'm just barely less than half, so... Yeah, but either way, if she's less than full health, I'm totally fine. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. I just need to... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Well, this would have been really funny if I was actually right and she did exactly die from full health. You still think Wrath works at exactly half HP? Because this is like, if I was right and she did die exactly from full health, her having Renewal would have killed her there, which would have been very interesting. But no, it seems that, yeah. And he does seem to be going to, because he does realize that Ina does do more. It'd be really funny if Ina just kills him before Tiban could even arrive. Which is, strictly speaking, possible. Maybe it's not. She'll have to crit twice. I don't think she will, even if she crits twice. But okay. That's uncomfortably close to me, Ashnard! And yeah, we get a slightly different battle theme here. A bit of a different intro. So yeah. There's Wrath Resolve. Good. So yeah, she's fine. Wrath Resolve saves her. Oh, she wouldn't die if she double crit. I mean, he wouldn't die if she double crit. But she double crit. Okay. So you know what? I think we got this. Yeah, I think it's actually over now. I don't think I'm going to need my Laguz Royal. I love Wrath Resolve on dragons. This is why I saved the Wrath Scroll. Cause it's cool. Hey, I'm here now! Oh wait, sorry. The dragon totally has this one covered. Yeah, here's Tiban. He's cool, I guess. But, like, yeah. He's also the only one who has this skill. Yeah, exactly. Who needs Tiban? She does finish it, right? She does finish it, right? Oh, she does. Yeah, she's totally... I'm, like, terrified that he'll, like, spontaneously manifest Pavese and survive somehow. And I can sort of do it, but, yeah. You know what? I am super glad I actually took the time to train Ina. And also, this is, like, super... Well, it's not canon, because Nissi is, like, dead, but it's one of the most fitting ways to do it, because, again, that thing that Ashnard's riding, that's actually Ina's fiancé. Ashnard, he held a certain person hostage to lure him in. That person is spoilers, who that is. And then he got the Dragon Prince to come, and then he gave him the Feral One drug, and turned him into his mount. Okay, that was something, but it's over. It's over. Am I even allowed to... I guess I can show this, because this is the reveal, but... I forget if we're even allowed to skip, like, the ending, but yeah, GG, it's over. Actually did it. Training Ina in the last chapter paid off. Like, see, that's the thing, because, like, this is sort of reminding me, that, this still happens even if you've got Nasia, by the way. Ina's, still alive in that run, she just doesn't join you. I think this is the only time this song plays. I'll show this because this is, like, really fitting to Ina, and she was the hero of that fight, as she really deserves to be. But, this is also the one time that Leanne's ancient tongue dialogue is not sassy. Yeah, I do like dragons a lot as well, so I'm glad that, yeah, the Wrath Resolve combo works so well on them. Yeah, the thing I was going to mention is that, like, you actually can't crit Ashnard without Wrath. And my speculation for why is that his weapon and the Black Knight's weapon reduces your crit to 0, but that happens before Wrath is applied, so, like, you get your crit reduced to 0, and then Wrath boosts it back up to 50, so that's why Wrath is the only thing that can crit him. I still love the, this song. I think this is, Golder of, Rebirth, not Release? I forget exactly which Golder that is. I think the Golder of Release is the one that is spoilers for Radiant Dawn. Oh, they just said it, Rebirth, it's Rebirth, okay. And yeah, we actually get to see his portrait. I wish I could do Radiant Dawn next. It's not available on, like, the Switch 2 at this point, but, I have to, like, emulate it somehow, and if I played on hard mode, I'd probably have to use a mod that restores movement ranges, because, yeah. So, something to clarify as well, I did say this in the original playthrough. The translation doesn't actually make this super obvious. But he's actually dead. Yeah. A lot of people, like, speculate that, like... Not speculate, but, like, in the original, the dialogue was left open to be, like, maybe he survived. I mean, it's kind of obvious to me now, but yeah, he's actually dead. Unfortunately. And that's a plot point in Radiant Dawn. Oh yeah, that's when Miss gets the medallion back, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna keep the medallion, and we're gonna live happily ever after, and nothing bad's gonna happen with that medallion in the sequel at all. No! No, sequel hooks, what are you talking about? Yeah, the English translation did make it sound like he survived, so yeah, somebody posted the death count. Yeah, Titania, Jill, and Rayson. Only 3. I feel bad about Jill, though. Okay, we can actually skip this. Also, we get this portrait of Ike in his original clothes, but in his promoted pose. Like, you don't really see this portrait very much. Like, I like they made this portrait specifically for, like, the ending. And then we have, the Bednion people... Rayson is not dead, but wounded. The birds are all fine. The Dayans are... Yep, no Jill. So she was the only actual casualty of this. This scene is nice, though. Like, there's enough of a... Like, this game is kind of the perfect, like, first installment of, like, of a duology, because, like, the ending still feels satisfying. It's not like it ends on a complete cliffhanger with everything unresolved, cough, cough, cold steel. It's, you can, like, just get, like, it is a standalone satisfying story, but it also works as just the prologue. You can't skip this. I actually can't skip this. It works well as the prologue to Radiant Dawn as well, but, like, it also is kind of conclusive. But yes. And yeah, part of it takes place over a year, so Ike goes from 17 to 18, presumably. And then Radiant Dawn is 3 years later, so that would make him 21 there, and then he would be 22 by the end of that game, because of the, there's at least a year does pass. Yes, we defeated the CEO of racism, and racism was solved forever, and the Beorg and Lugus got along forever, and there definitely wasn't a racist faction in the sequel at all that would ruin everything. Still, I do like this, though. Like, it's still, again, it's nice. You had to have this kind of conclusive moment, and not, you know, yeah. Because at least Crimea and the Lugus get along well in the sequel. Like, Crimea's racism improved a lot. It's just Bednion that was the problem. As you find out in the sequel. And Dayan still, to an extent. Dayan kinda gets better, but, like... Yeah, I do like how, themes that are kind of relevant in this day and age, how, like, how Radiant Dawn, like, deconstructs the idea of, like, you know, invading the quote-unquote bad country, like, to solve its problems, because, Dayan is pretty messed up in Radiant Dawn. It still takes a lot of work for Dayan to actually get better. Like, they were the enemies in this war, but, like, that doesn't mean that their country didn't get messed up from the war. And it just, yeah, I did find that interesting. And you can't skip this one either. I remember, there was, like, was it a forum playthrough, that, like, was talking about, like, oh, if you thought that unskippable scene in FE7 was bad, this one is, like, ridiculous, but, I'm okay showing this. I need to show the credits, because I am curious to see who got in my top 5. If Rolf was not in my top 5, I am gonna riot, but if Titanius is still in the top 5 despite dying, I'm gonna laugh so much. I know in my first playthrough, Titania was, like, she was the number 1 with, like, 200 more kills than everyone else. It was ridiculous. But, yeah. that was like the back in the day when we were like, oh, only noobs overuse Jagans, but nah, actually, Jagans are good. They're fine. Except FE7 Marcus, if I do the FE7 playthrough, I am gonna rant about how much I don't like Marcus in that game. FE6 Marcus is actually very good. I think honestly the only two balanced Jagans are FE6 Marcus and Vander from Engage. Cause oh yeah, here we go. Here's the sequel. We never did find out who Altina is, did we? It's not like she's in Fire Emblem Heroes now and they've spoiled who she is. We didn't find out about the medallion either. Like, what the heck's up with the medallion? Why is it doing what it's doing? Oh, we won't know Titania's kills. Oh yeah, because it doesn't say. Interesting, okay. So they get bumped out of the top things, yeah. I arrived mere moments ago. Hello. I'm just a perfectly innocent character who's not going to be really important in the sequel whatsoever. Like, we all knew. We all knew this guy was going to be something big in the sequel. Like, the moment that he gave this speech, everyone knew that this was ominous sequel foreshadowing. Oh yeah, that's it. They're like, please tell the song to Altina, and it's like, yeah, well, Altina's like from the very, very distant past. Yeah, why is it that, like, nobility in fantasy games always has, like, really, really long names, and often it's, like, either named after the country or named after, like, their ancestor? Fun fact, if you got most of your army killed, Sephiroth and La... Really? Is that true? Yeah, this is, like, full-on sequel bait. And yeah, also, like, the prison map. Oh, he was just an NPC who had maxed out stats in nearly everything and was immune to damage. Surely he's not somebody really, really important. Surely he's just a regular traveling priest, with no secrets from you whatsoever. Yeah, it reminds me of like when you check Aversa's stats in Awakening when she appears on the map at the start of like that Gangrel chapter. It's like, oh, why are Aversa's stats like double Gangrel's stats, even though he's supposed to be her boss? That's not suspicious at all. I wouldn't say Sanaki's a red herring in the sequel. Sanaki's really important in the sequel. Not for all the reasons that you would think she would be, but honestly, Sanaki's a goated character. An absolutely goated character. I love Sanaki so much. She's fantastic. All was part of Ashnard's grand scheme, eh? Yeah, it was totally all part of Ashnard's grand schemes. There totally wasn't somebody else pulling the strings at all. Sorry for me to be... I'm sorry that I'm being just so, you know, but watch my Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn playthroughs if you want to get my full opinions on the story and me not spoiling things. Oh, and of course, XL Emblem would show the scenario where Sephiroth laughs at you. Honestly, I think my favorite thing that I've seen from XL Emblem's videos is when he got Ced and Galzus to fight in Thracia, which only happens if you skip 4X in Thracia, which you really shouldn't, because Asbel's like required to beat a lot of bosses, basically. That's one of the reasons why I'm really worried about playing, like, doing a potential Ironman of Thracia, because, like, if you lose Asbel or don't get Asbel's side, like paralogue, you are very screwed. Like, because you kind of have to, like, I think one of the strats is to intentionally kill Tanya, because if either Dagda or Tanya is dead, you don't get the Dagda side chapter. Yep, that's classic this scene, the screen dims. Oh yes, may I hear the Gulder of Release? I need to tell it to the Apostle. There's totally not any ulterior motives that I have for knowing the Gulder of Release whatsoever. Sorry for doing this, but this is just a silly Iron Man run. But like, yeah, so if you kill Tanya or Dagda, you don't get Chapter 8X, and that means you don't have to fight Gomez. And Gomez is like nearly like he's beatable without Asbel, but it requires insane amounts of luck. But like yeah, so somehow like there's a lot of things in Thracia that can really screw you over if certain people die, like particularly Asbel. Asbel is just so important to a lot of the early bosses because gates give +10 defense, so you kind of need magic to kill them, and Asbel's like the only good, and also crits because Leaf can use the light brand, but like still not great. Blue William, I thought that even if you... Oh, yeah. I forgot why Sephiroth was laughing here. I think it was something about Ike not wanting to be a noble or something. But yeah. I don't remember the light brand being that great in, yeah. Also, Titania showing here is like, oh, hey, I died. Well, she didn't. She just retreated, but still. What was I saying? Like, doesn't Legolt show up in FE7 later on, even if he dies? And he does die. He doesn't just retreat. Leaf needs speed or con levels to use the light brand, yeah. It's always funny when Leaf just keeps getting con and you just get this really buff Leaf. Or he just gets movement. I do feel like, I think it's kind of confirmation bias with Leaf's movement growth, because I do feel like often when Leaf gets, like Leaf tends to be the one who levels up movement, but like Leaf is forced into every map, so like he's gonna level up a lot, so he's gonna get movement eventually. Hi Titania, you're back from the hospital. Best bet for beating him without Asbel would be maybe Fergus critting him with the flame sword. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here's the giant ominous sequel hook. Yeah, like the moment that like that happened, I'm just like, yeah, it's that there's no way he's not going to be like a massive part of the sequel. Also, I do love the animation on these cutscenes. Also, the Ike's gonna be super quiet here.
Everyone's waiting to see you.
Oh, it's not even subtitles.
I'm nervous. I've spent my whole life in hiding. It's just no one ever taught me how to rule a kingdom. I don't think I'm ready to be their queen. I don't think I'm ever really going to be ready.
What's the matter with you?
Ike, stop it. How can I...
Did anyone teach you how to hire mercenaries?
No, but that's not the same.
How to win back lost allies? How to win back your lost kingdom?
That's different.
No, it's not. You've done such an amazing job, and I think you always will.
I see.
All right. Come on. We'll do this. Together.
Thank you, my Lord Ike. I am so blessed to have met you.
And so it was that in the spring of the year 646, Valencia Rydell Crimea saw peace return to her homeland. In the years to follow, the story of Queen Alencia and her noble hero Ike spread across the land and inspired the songs of many a wandering troubadour.
But troubadours aren't even in this game as a class, lol. Sorry. Yeah, people have been saying there are some voices that aren't actually, like, that bad in Path of Radiance. I do like, Grail is very good, and he came back as the narrator in Radiant Dawn. Oh, you hit me with Iwata right from the start of the credits, really? Iwata was amazing. But, yeah. And, like, I think Ike's okay. It wasn't until Radiant Dawn that, that's just because they used his adult voice actor for Child Ike, which was just... yeah. Wandering Troubadour, yo, Lewin mentioned. It'd be amazing if, like, Lewin was, like, a multiversal traveler, like Gilgamesh from, like, Final Fantasy, and, Lewin was just everywhere telling, like, the stories of, like, all the worlds. Like, I feel like, honestly, like, Forsetiified Lewin would probably do that. Like, I can see that happening. I mean, I forget exactly what happens with Lewin. I think he just leaves. I forget if he, like, dies in the ending of Genealogy, because I know that, like, kind of spoilers. It's not super relevant, it's more of a background lore detail, but, like, Lewin is effectively dead in Genealogy, and Forseti is, like, puppeteering. Like, he's basically living on Forseti fuel. Like, Forseti is, like, keeping him alive. But I forget if, like, he's, like, kind of immortal, but, like, Lewin's own personality is dead, or if, like, at the end of the war, Forseti just leaves his body and he just dies. I think it's implied that happens, but, like, the idea behind, like, Lewin somehow becoming a multiversal bard could be an interesting fan fiction, I guess. Yeah, and Alternative said it, yeah, Forseti just leaves his body and he dies, I think. I think that's what's implied to happen. And that's why I think he acts so cold towards his children, because he doesn't want them to get attached, because he knows that he's not gonna survive the war. But Daisuke Iizuka is one of the major, like, artists of the Fire Emblem series, I think. And then, like, wasn't, like, the director of this game also the name Shiro Mayakawa comes to mind, but, like, I think that's the wrong name. I think that's is that the Ghost in the Shell artist who did Shadow Dragon? I think it is. I think I'm saying the wrong name. Yeah, no, technically Lewin did die before Chapter 6, I do know that. But I know that, like, there was an artist who was like did some of the portrait art, but also did level design for some of the Fire Emblem games. I think she... Oh, Masamune Shiro, okay. Who's, like, Shiro Mayakawa? Hang on. Oh! They're a Sonic... I am a moron, and also Sonic-brained. I am absolutely Sonic-brained. Yeah, sorry. Yep, that's a Sonic person. Sachiko Wada, that's who I'm thinking of. Sachiko Wada. Thank you, Alnix in the chat. Sorry. It's an S Japanese name. I had the wrong S Japanese name. I can't believe it. My Sonic brain rot has just, it will not end. It will not end. So, hang on, because I remember Sachiko Wada is, I'm looking her up on the wiki, because, yeah, portraits of Path of Radiance, main design of all 3 of the Game Boy Advance games, and she also did the portraits for, okay. Oh, she directed Sacred Stones, as well as designed and did the characters for, art for, yeah. She's also contributed to, she's also credited with Advance Wars, Super Famicom Wars, and Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, so she was a level designer on Path of Radiance. That's what I'm thinking of. Even though she did the portraits, but she was also, that's why I think it's really interesting. Somebody who, like, you don't often hear of, like, artists who work on games, who also do, like, level design as well. So I kind of respect that, but yeah, I love that art of Julian that she did. It's very Sacred Stone. Like, you can tell that it's the Sacred Stone's portrait style, like. Also, here's the Goldsra song. And the Pala art she also did that was also really, really Sacred Stones. Oh yeah, she did Leaf's art in Awakening DLC. Bast and Heroes, one of the Soleil cards in Cypher. But yeah, like, that Julian art, for Shadow Dragon was just, like, you can tell she also, like, I love, Sacred Stones' art is some of my favorite art in the series. That's why I respect her so much, and the fact that she was also a level designer, I mean, granted, Path of Radiance didn't really have the best maps in the series, but they're not bad. So yeah, so she was, main design on, oh, she did the character graphics for Thracia as well. Binding Blade, Blazing Sword, director, scenario support. Oh, she was also, like, partially writing for Sacred Stones, too. Character illustrator, main design, face design. Radiant Dawn, oh, also level design. Okay. So I don't know why I'm just kind of rambling about this. Yeah, she's done a lot for Fire Emblem Heroes and Cypher. Yeah, I do really like, I needed to shout Sachiko Wada out because, she's definitely one of my favorite, like, developers of the Fire Emblem series. Because, like, again, art on Sacred Stones, portraits for GBA and Path of Radiance, and did a lot of Sacred Stones, like, work, and also level designer for Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite people who's worked on Fire Emblem. But yeah, fun fact, the level designer of Sonic Unleashed is the main writer of Puyo Puyo now. Interesting, okay. Which means that they're also the one who, writes Shezo's innuendos. Okay then. I recently found a Tumblr post that was kind of talking about how, also North American localization. I mean, yeah, these people are good. The script of this game is pretty good. I mean, mistranslation with Rolf notwithstanding, the script is pretty good. Anyway, yeah. I saw a Tumblr post that actually mentioned that Shezo's innuendos are like, they're not always like what people think. Like, he does them in very specific situations, that some people kind of flanderize in fan works. But yeah, that's the same person who did, on Tumblr was posting that Teddy thing that I reblogged recently, because, yeah, I do agree that Teddy in Persona 4 was kind of done dirty by the translation. In Japanese, it's a lot more obvious that he's child-coded, and a lot of the, you know, flirting and perversion that he does is just him having no idea what he's talking about. He's just repeating things he heard older people say that he doesn't understand. Cyberspace, I'm studying game development at my college. My classes have wrapped up for this semester and I'm graduating in June, and level design is part of being an artist or something. Oh, but yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah, you kind of gotta do the, like, that always reminds me of why, like, a lot of, I feel like Flagship still exists. A lot of, like, actually competitively balanced Advance Wars maps just look like no landmass logically should look like, because everything has to be perfectly symmetrical, and, like, also all of the bases have to be, like, and cities have to be really spaced out, like, a lot of the main maps of Advance Wars, like, they're designed as if, they're real places. Even if they're not the most balanced experience, they look like they're a real place, which kind of takes precedence. So yeah, I guess you do have to be a good artist to be a level designer. And here we go. Also, I love the fact the Fire Emblem theme doesn't actually start playing until the credits. Like, I think that's such a cool way to, like, save it. So yeah, oh, I'm remembering when I was first starting these streams, yeah. So I didn't actually think that I would be streaming the entire Ironman, but I needed another game to stream after I was finished with Sky First Chapter, and then I was like, you know what? People, I had fun with the first stream. It was supposed to be a one-off, but it turned into this whole thing, so, how did I spend 1 hour on Blood Runs Red? I'm a little confused at that, but... Anyway, yeah, this is also, I think this is my favorite version of the Fire Emblem theme, in the whole series. I don't think it's ever been dethroned. I'm actually forgetting if Engage even had a Fire Emblem theme. Without a King took that long because my internet started going crazy, so that was annoying. Clash, almost 2 hours, that's kind of fitting. Yeah, that's just what Clash will do to you. Wow, 1 hour 53 minutes just for endgame? I mean, to be fair, I was a lot of planning for, like, Ashnard. But no, I wish they brought back unit records. I do. Sometimes I calculate them myself as well. In the newer games. But I do wish they brought back unit records. Yep, okay, yep, ding-dongifications, here we go. Titania, Jill, Rayson, because I was an idiot and left her in range of a ballista. Jill sacrificed herself to give me Har. And then Titania, he was underestimating an enemy warrior. I was like, oh, this guy might have a killer axe, but he's not going to kill anyone, right? Crit, Titania gets one-shotted. She was falling off anyway. Engage kind of interpolates the Fire Emblem theme in Endgame, okay. Oh, you're visiting Britain? Nice. Ireland specifically. Well, Northern Ireland is technically Britain, but some people don't want it to be. But yeah, look at all these 0 wins, people. Look at them all! Khalil contributed to meteoring that one boss, though, so she's actually kind of like 0.5 wins? Half of a win? Yeah, Marsha getting no kills. I just didn't have enough bonus experience. Oh, because I gave all my bonus experience to Rolf. Tibbard, 0 kills. Yay! Wait, that purge at the in endgame was Rissa's only kill. Oh, Ileana got 3. Zia got 3. They were all the vigilantes, I'm pretty sure. Janet got 3. Not bad. Jeffrey got 4. Leith 8. Mordecai 8. Oh, Terodi only got 9. Shinnon 11. Mostly early game. Oh, Tanner got 11. That's impressive. Rattle 14. Stefan and Marge having no kills feels wrong somehow. Again, I shoved all my bonus experience into Rolf. I was trying to make Boyd work. Oh, hey, Ina only had 19 kills. One of them was Ashnard, though, so yeah. Maureen got more. Half 39, Kieran 40, Gatry 85. Okay, so that means Rolf was in my top 5, and so was Mia. Kind of surprised Gatry got that high. Rhys got more kills than Tibar by 1, but yeah. Oh, Soren beat Gatry by 1. Okay. Rolf was only 4th. 97 is still pretty impressive for Rolf, though. Ike 3rd, okay, yeah, 125. Ike usually comes first for me a lot of the time. Oh, Oscar, okay. 127. Wait, does that mean Mia won? Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. She was not doing well at first. I am kind of shocked she got first. I mean, I'm impressed. I'll take it. That was cool that she did, but I guess later in the game, yeah. Rolf unfortunately missed the podium. But yep, Mia is the winner. Yep, Mia sweep, exactly. I wasn't even expecting her to even be that good, but yeah, she did get better later. She was not great at first, but she got a lot better later. And so, with that, yeah. So, after you beat the game, you unlock illustrations. Now, I believe... Oh, hey, they still have these unlocked! So speaking of Sachiko Wada, oh, they didn't even have all of her, because she did do more art for Sacred Stones later, but they didn't release at this point. But yeah, like, I love her art style for Sacred Stones, but yeah. Normally you would have to link with the GBA game, so I guess they give you all of the GBA link content, in this version, which makes perfect sense. Because, like, why wouldn't they? You have no access to GBA link, and it's not like it's, you know, game-breaking, like, it's not like it's game-breaking like, in Mega Man Battle Network, where they give you all the link bonuses, and it's like, hey, we'll give you all the endgame DLC chips, like the summon the final boss, literally. And then we have this one. So, sometimes... Yeah, so the question mark in here, that's Gifka. So objectively speaking, picking Gifka in the final battle is, like, the best for multiple reasons. He's the best against Ashnard. He gets guaranteed strength transfer bonuses for Radiant Dawn, because his strength is already capped. And it unlocks his portrait in the gallery. The other one that you might be missing is Stefan. You need to get him to get his portrait, because otherwise you don't, like, see him. But most of the other characters you will unlock just by getting there, just by playing the game normally. And then we have the sound room that just randomly cycles between different artworks. I'm so glad this game doesn't have any terrifying artwork. Like, this is a weird tangent, I cannot do the sound room in Advance Wars Days of Ruin, because there's always a chance that one horrifying picture of Calder/Stolos will show up. Like, there is this incredibly disturbing facial close-up that he gets in the final battle that I just get jump-scared by whenever it shows up in the sound room. Theater is just watch the cutscenes. You'll always have all of these, no matter like what playthrough you've done. Connect GBA, that'll probably crash everything. And let me guess, if I go trial map... Okay, yeah, they do unlock, Hillside Battle, Lonely Isle, Strange Turn, Desperation, Escape, Trapped. Oh, yeah, that is all of them. I think that's all of them. So, normally, you have to link to a GBA game to unlock a few of these. I think originally, one of them was for FE6, and they changed it to just require FE7 or 8. And I think you unlock Strange Turn by beating hard mode. And, I mean, I could try just to show what this looks like, because basically you use your characters from the main story, you try to see if you can get a high score. I kind of miss these. Not a lot of people like the trial maps, but they're a nice way to just use your post-game characters. You don't get experience in these, I'm pretty sure, but I believe that after beating the game once, I think... Oh, no, I think you get him... You need to beat it multiple times. Yeah, it doesn't look like Oliver's here. I don't think Oliver's here, at least. It doesn't look like Oliver's here. Yeah, you unlock trial map characters. Can I, like, quit? Is there a way for me to actually quit? I guess if I do suspend. See you in Radiant Dawn in the year 2030, maybe. Yeah, so you got those trial maps unlocked, and the other thing that I guess I wanted to show that unlocks, is if you do a new game now, I don't care about suspend data, you choose a difficulty, and then... You now have access to Fixed Mode! I'm not gonna go into the whole, ramble on how Fixed Mode works. I have a video on my channel that explains how it works, because it is actually insanely complicated. Fixed Mode is kind of like... Oh yeah, Oliver is 3 clears. Fixed Mode is kind of like... So think of it like effort values in Pokemon. If you fight certain enemies, you'll get points towards certain stats to, like, raise them more. The main thing to know about Fixed Mode is that giving characters bonus experience in increments of 1 at a time in the base is OP. It actually gives you bigger stat gains than you normally would because of rounding errors. Or not so much errors, the way the game rounds decimals to full numbers. So, yeah, in general, Fixed Mode basically, has characters lean towards their average stats, but, please watch my video on Fixed Mode. I'm quite proud of it, and I do enjoy it. It's different to Fixed Mode and Engage. In Engage Fixed Mode, you literally just get fixed level ups for every level. And I remember because, like, John, his first level up is only 1 stat, and his second level up is everything. So in terms of the bonus characters, Jill's dad is 5 clears, Patrine is 7, Bryce is 10, and Ashnard is 15. If you want to unlock Ashnard, then, doesn't Sooth get screwed in Fixed Mode? I think it's like, it means you only need 90 stat points to increase a stat instead of 100 stat points, so it's kind of similar to Random Mode Blossom. The other thing that you unlock, is that, is that characters will start having bans now. Some of them are on bosses, some of them are on recruitable characters. The bans increase certain growth rates by like 5% each, so you can kind of like rig your stats slightly towards certain things. They do also affect fixed mode, and yeah, you'll get a whole bunch of those over the course of like the game. So for example, I think like the sword band boosts like luck and speed growths. And then you have like the fighter band, which boosts strength, the like paladin band. Those only start showing up on a second playthrough or more. It is kind of nice to add a bit of replay value. But yeah, I forget exactly what Sooth's averages are in fixed mode. They might be lower than his averages on random. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can talk about with Path of Radiance. So like, yeah, this is a short stream, and maybe people will think that I failed if I end the stream now, I don't know. I'm really not sure if like I want to like actually do, because I feel like I don't really want to do Champions again twice in a row. I could play Mega Man Star Force. That'd be kind of funny. Or I could play Raito. I have this digitally. I just like it feels like a bit like weird if I like just do something else. Like I really should be ending the stream now. Part of me wanted to be silly and also just play like Sacred Stones for a little bit as an Ironman, but then people would want to make me just do it more. Oh, I wish I could stream FE1. I don't have FE1, unfortunately. What's new? Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and yeah, we have the European and the other ones, so... Some of the European versions of Fire Emblem do have differences, though. I could just play Sacred Stones. There's Pokemon Mystery Dungeon as well, but that has a lot of cutscenes before it gets interesting. That has different box art in Europe? That's cool. Look at all these versions of Golden Sun. I need to play this, and I've heard Golden Sun is really good. Like, back when I was, Oh, I could play Japanese FE1 through the Famicom app, I guess. Yeah, back when I was, like, a kid first playing Fire Emblem on GBA, like, people kept telling me Golden Sun was really good. I haven't actually played Golden Sun before, and I want to one day. I would play FE7, but I'm actually currently, like, doing a test file for that as a playthrough, so I don't think I really want to. And then we got Mario. Oh, I actually have a 0% run of Metroid Fusion currently going. I could do a bit of that, even though it makes no sense at all. That'd be really funny. Oh, Amazing Mirrors here? That's cool. Also, Kururin. That weird assist trophy in Smash Bros. Yeah, Amazing Mirrors here. When the Sun is Golden. I just don't like... Sacred Stones is not really going to be, like, hard. I could try and do, like, a no Seth, just for, like, a little bit. If you do, I'll be there no matter what. I love FE1 to death. Like, FE1's a surprisingly fun game, honestly. Like, I really should just stop now, but, like... I'm kind of tempted to just do something. I don't think I'm going to do... Metroid Fusion would be too much of a shift, so I guess I'll just... Some people... I pity the people who come into this stream and be like, oh, why are we playing Sacred Stones now? Oh, wait. I have to be silent. This opening theme is so good. I think that's literally every playable character as well. This game doesn't have a very big cast, but it's surprisingly Iron Man friendly. Someone came into the stream during the Champions bit and was confused last time. I don't think I've actually played this at all. On this version, at least. Difficult! Still barely hard at all. But yeah. I love that opening theme. It's my second favorite opening theme after Engage. Although Three Houses is a pretty good one if you idle on the title screen. Oh, I still like... I like Sacred Stone's music a lot. So I believe this... This is such whiplash going to GBA Fire Emblem graphics. Also, rare first boss of a Fire Emblem game. Oh, so I have to press the R button to check stats instead of X, because GBA didn't have an X button. Rare intro boss of a Fire Emblem game who's not a bandit. That is painfully slow. Fast, obviously. I'll put fast text speed, and that's all fine, okay. It'd be really funny if Erica just died in the 9 and 9. Well, I guess this is a YOLO with silly Iron Man for no oh, she crit. That's probably fine. Yeah, she actually dies if she gets hit by both of those, which is funny. One of the few games where it's not bandits. Anyway, female-only run, I guess, but that would be an Erica solo for a while. Okay, you want to play Trails Beyond the Horizon now, so see, yeah, that's fine. I doubt, see, this is the thing, people are just gonna, like, be leaving this stream probably now, but, like, you know, Path of Radiance was fun. I don't know if I could kind of make this, like, a blah, 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 tutorial, blah. Oh, he moves. You'll be the first to die. Oh, that would have been really funny if she just died in the prologue. Not even doubling. That would have been very, like, it would have been really funny. The odds of that were low because of true hit, but that would have been pretty funny. I like the double roll system. A lot of people don't. I don't understand why people don't like the double roll system. Like, it's... I think I've actually had this conversation before, I think in part 1 of, like, the Path of Radiance streams, but, like, anybody in the chat, like, why do people not like the double RNG system? I really don't understand why. Like, I know the game is, like, technically lying to you, but, like, it's rigged in your favor. Like, it favors whoever has weapon triangle advantage and terrain advantage. I think it's good that the game, like, literally favors whoever has the better tactics. GBA game on Switch got improved colors compared to the original? I don't know, like, Sacred Stone still does look pretty washed out. My muscle memory is still making me try and press the X button to view stats. And also, it's making me want to lock in enemy ranges when I can't. Also, by the way, here's Seth. He's broken. I'm not going to use him because lol. Me playing Fates, that 25% is going to hit, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Because it's mostly elitists who want to play Fire Emblem with 1 RN, so the game is harder. Okay, we got Franz and Gilliam. And, I still keep pressing the X button, because I'm just coming off a Path of Radiance. Yeah, Gilliam, I think this is why, like, Oswin is so much better, because Gilliam's base stats are actually kind of, like, low for an Armor Knight. I know he only joins in, like, the second chapter, but, like, 9 base defense on an Armor Knight is, like, eh. If Genealogy gets remade, they might want to like rebalance the like diversify the portraits because there's too many Zanes. Yeah, true. Hello, I'm on a okay. Firstly, I want Erica to. You can use Seal Swords, right, Erica? No, you can't. I should have known. Well, you won round this guy, interestingly. Like, this is actually a pretty good Erica so far. I was not as lucky with Leon in my test run of FE7, so that's going to be funny. Yep, he is sadly not Oswin. Preferred endings for Erica and Ephraim. Erica, I honestly don't really like any of her options. If I had to, I'd go Seth, but I would ship her with Leon if I could, but that's not possible. I don't really care. So yeah, Erica, not really sure if I care about her options like that much. Ephraim, definitely Tana. I know a lot of people really do not like Ephraim and Tana as a pairing. But what can I say? I do. It's, and I guess part of the reason why is it feels very Son Amy coded to me. I think that's part of why I like it. But yeah, I definitely much prefer, like, Ephraim and Tana over his other options. Because, like, who are the other options he has? Like, La Rochelle, I don't know, I kind of... like, she can also marry Innes. I don't really, like, and Joshua, like, no, because how dare you not ship Joshua and Natasha? Like, how dare you? So no, and then, like, yeah, I don't know, like, honestly, like, I feel like La Rochelle's the kind of character who, like, I'd rather ship her with, like headcanon her as, like, loving women, but I don't want to ship her with Erica either, so, and there really aren't that many other female characters to ship La Rochelle with, so I don't know. La Rochelle is great, though, but, yeah. That would have killed Erica! Okay, you can tell I'm just doing this as, like, more of a joke than anything else. But, like, La Rochelle, this is like, let's see how far I can get with being totally reckless with Erica until Erica just dies. But, like, I once saw, like, a Tumblr post about, like, how, it was about, like, why, Tana and Cormag is the perfect ship, and half of it wasn't even just talking about Tana and Cormag, it was just ranting about how bad Tana and Ephraim is. But I like Ephraim and Tana. It helps that I generally like, why can't my Erica be like that? That is a mood, because that's what happened to me with Lynn in my playthrough that's going to go to Elwood mode. So, if I do, this could be a bit of a sneak preview of, the rumored FE7 playthrough. If I do that, I will be doing an Elwood playthrough on the side, where I show off the Elwood exclusive chapters. So, you will see that run as well. I'll try to use different characters. I am wondering whether or not I will, end up doing, like, the Jeremy, or, this is a really good Erica, holy crap, she's hitting when she needs to, she's dodging when she needs to, she's getting good level ups, this is actually a Giga Chat Erica right now. Joshua and La Rochelle do have an ending, but again, I prefer not to pretend it doesn't exist, because Joshua and Natasha is the best pairing of all time, and like, there's no real way I would do that. Look, honestly, the only characters in Sacred Stones who I kind of have any, like, actual variants for who I want to ship them with are the trainees, because I think, Franz and Amelia is cute, but Amelia also works with Ross. I'm not really sure I like Ewan and Amelia as much. But yeah, like, those work. I do like the kind of hand-drawn feeling of the world map in this game. Oh yeah, you did get gold here, I wasn't remembering wrong. There was a playthrough you had where Erica capped strength before skill and speed. Reminds me of, like, Jafar in FE7. His speed cap is like, his base strength is 1 point off his cap. And yet, the odds of him actually capping strength are really low. Alright, this is the rescuing tutorial. You're supposed to rescue, Ross and take him over to Erica. But hopefully that doesn't go ridiculously badly, we'll see. Oh yeah, we got Molder the Boulder now. I finally realize, I'm Ironmanning GBA as a complete joke, because I still have some time to stream. But I finally found out why people think Molder is good. Like, he just has good con, he can promote, like, early, and he does pretty well when he is. Like, yeah, My original Sacred Stones playthrough has not aged well. It also doesn't help that I wasn't going through a particularly great time in my life, like, mentally. And my bios, I think, look pretty bad. I've already talked about this back during my Engage playthrough. I talk about my thoughts in the paralogs on the other Fire Emblems, like, all the other Fire Emblems. I'm not the biggest fan. No offense to you if you do like it, but, like, I'm not the biggest fan of my own Sacred Stones playthrough. I should probably be trying to train Vanessa because she is quite good. Also Ross. Ross could be a problem. He could be a very large problem. I don't think that guy doubles him, but we'll see. The hatchet is, like, amazing, though. The hatchet is part of why Ross is actually not a bad trainee, just because, like, it's just that good of a weapon. It's like literally his training wheels. More Rido, please. I've kind of, like, I don't know, I play little bits of it, and then I just get bored and stop. I don't know why, but there's not a ton that actually motivates me to be playing a lot of Rido. I'm not sure why. Ross the boss. Yeah, it helps that just hitting an enemy gives as much experience as anybody else gets from killing an enemy, so... Yeah, Ross is not that hard to train, and, like, he can be... Berserker Ross is decent. If he actually gains speed... Yeah. Oh, nice. Nice. Like, I wish I liked Rydell more than I did. I don't really know why I'm having this many problems getting motivated to play Rydell, but I'm just like... I don't know, I'm having issues with it. Like, I always just lose interest when I start playing it, and I'm not really sure why. Like, the story's pretty interesting, the voice acting is pretty good. Oh yeah, this guy is literally named Bone. Joshua has endings with Natasha, Marissa, and Garrick, yeah. I do prefer Garrick and Marissa to Garrick and, Tevies as a thing, yeah. I also think it's really fascinating to me that, like Namie was originally supposed to be a dancer, or at least she was repurposed from a character who eventually became a dancer. Oh, she can use the steel sword now. She can't double with it, though. That was interesting to me because, like, her portrait is clearly, like, hastily redesigned into an archer. I guess she didn't even have an archer originally if she didn't exist before. The chat in a stream came up with a Ford Focus joke because Ford kept missing, and I also just got that. You know, it's a reference to a car. Now, usually when bandits come down from the mountains, I like to make sure they don't fight me from the mountains, because otherwise they're very annoying. Erica is a little bit hurt right now. Yeah, it might be the gameplay of Rydell, I don't know. It might be. I mean, at least there's no random encounters in the remake, but it's still... I do, like, I'll get to it when I do, but there are a lot of other things in my priority list as well. I guess, you know what, how about we just go for, like, another 20 more minutes, and then we end the stream at exactly 3 hours-ish? That sounds about right, I feel. Because, yeah, I obviously don't want to do too much of this, but it's just a fun, silly thing that I can just do, for funsies. But, yeah. If people in the chat want to just do like an Ask Me Anything, then, yeah, you're welcome to for the moment, because, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I just want to go stream for another little bit. I mean, I guess I could also talk about, like, in terms of, like, other plans for the channel, because I don't know, like, because I'm planning to go away, either 20 minutes or when the run dies. Well, yeah, okay, that puts some pressure on. But yeah, so I don't actually know if, and again, this is only assuming that my travel does actually happen. Don't crit, please, that would actually be really bad. Okay, you didn't double, that's fine. My travel is probably gonna be, like, I don't want to speak too soon, because it could get cancelled if things, certain politicians in the world are gonna still be stupid, which they probably will be. It could get cancelled. But, like, I am used to Path of Radiance's staff things. I was trying to kill that guy with, Ross, but anyway... Anyway, sorry, yeah. But, like, my travel is planned to be on the 22nd of May, and I don't know if I'm going to finish Metaphor by then. And, like, I'd rather not rush Metaphor just to finish it by then, so we'll see what happens. Also, yeah, first of the, Ask Me Anything, how do you fare with horror? Not talking games, just the horror genre in general. I don't like gore. And so, horror that's, like, not super gory, I tend to find more funny than scary. I have this book called, like, How to Survive a Horror Movie that I find kind of funny. I mean, some of the jokes in it haven't really aged all that well, but, I think a lot of it is, like, funny. Like, the sheer amount of, like, idiotic genre blindness, that is required for the horror genre, like, from the characters. Like, the sheer stupidity that all the characters have to display in a horror story so that, like, people can die, is just very funny to me. So, like, I love, like, games like Resident Evil, the early Resident Evils, just for, like, that, and, like, Royal Mithril's playthroughs of Silent Hill are great. I like psychological horror, a lot. That's probably my favorite sort of genre. But, like, as long as it's not, like, too gory. Like, I've seen some things like, some, like, packaging of horror movies, and they're, like R-rated, and I'm just like, and an R here is not R in America. America R is the equivalent of our, like, MA 15+. Like, R here is, like, American NC-17. Oh, how I wish this was Path of Radiance and I could shove Ross so he could attack that bandit, but no. So, do you think your Fates playthrough still holds up? Been rewatching it, and the only real complaint is the mic quality. Yeah, my mic quality, isn't great in that playthrough, so I don't think that exactly holds up. The main problem that I have with, my Fates playthrough is that I got spoiled on a lot of things. I was trying to do a blind playthrough, and I accidentally saw spoilers on way too much. I got spoiled on, like, I got spoiled on the final boss being Takumi in Conquest. That's how bad it was. And I had to, like, pretend that I wasn't spoiled, even though I was, and that was, like, very disingenuous, so I don't like that aspect. So that is another thing. Also, I got a bit salty during the Conquest playthrough. To be fair, I still don't like the Ryoma chapter very much. I still haven't really figured out how to do that. In general, Fates' gameplay is, like, I love the map design. What the game expects from you when it comes to training units is a little rough, I find. And like, I don't like having to, like, pre-plan everything in a playthrough just, like, before the game even begins. So, and also I don't like the fact that a lot of pairings are kind of forced based on, like, oh, hey, actually, so I'm not used to having a storage this early in the game. So yeah, it's not really my favorite. Do you think you'll ever do a Sonic LP on this channel or Fast Clinky? I wish I could. The YouTube algorithm doesn't like Let's Plays now, and because of that, I'm kind of stuck doing Let's Plays of games that I know the algorithm will favor, which basically just means Fire Emblem and Atlas RPGs. Believe me, I really wish I could. The closest thing I'll get to doing a Sonic Let's Play is my how to A-rank every level in SA2 videos on the Fast Clinky channel. I have one of those for Shadow done, and I almost have one for Knuckles done, but I lost my footage for Wild Canyon, so I have to redo Wild Canyon. Also, hello Cutthroat, welcome to the game of Ross throws a billion hatchets at you and levels up a lot of times. I love this guy, he's just Ross's training dummy. Oh yeah, we have naming right now, because Colm's gonna show up soon. Oh yeah, Garcia does join as long as he's alive. I do like that convenience. But yeah, I wish I really would do it if I could. Maybe that's kind of what I use streaming for. I use streams to kind of get away with doing quote-unquote Let's Plays that I wouldn't be able to get away with the YouTube algorithm, the way that it is. And like, normally I shouldn't really care about the algorithm. I'm just really... I spend a lot of my time these days just deeply, deeply anxious and scared about the algorithm. Like, I just... Like, I'll talk about this more in, like, the later episodes of Metaphor, but, like, whenever a video doesn't, like, get a lot of views and I put a lot of effort into it, like, I start to feel really bad about myself. Because it's like, YouTube doesn't want to recommend this content, therefore it's bad content, therefore I'm bad for liking it. So I don't want to get into this topic too much, because it's like, you know, if Sonic releases another RPG, I would definitely do a Let's Play of it, obviously. You know what? This is really, really silly. I am legitimately considering Let's Playing Sonic Chronicles. Like, I am legitimately considering it, because there is interesting things in that game. I would replace the music, though. I would somehow find a way to disable the music, and I would play actual real Sonic soundtracks over it. So, like, I would replace the soundtrack. But like, he's gonna get distracted by the chest, so I'll be able to recruit him this turn. But like, yeah, I do think there are things to like about Chronicles, and I like the way they balance the characters, except for, like, Rouge is kind of bad, Tails is not great, but, like, the way they handled the party members, I think, was quite good, and I have a running joke, that I really plan to do for that playthrough. I don't know if, like, Ken Penders would actually get mad at me for it. I mean, I probably shouldn't care what Ken Penders thinks, but... So, like, a plot point in that game, in Sonic Chronicles, is that, like, this basically Cthulhu entity is stealing, like, the most powerful races in the galaxy, and putting them in his prison dimension, and the reason for that is because he's scared that one of them will find a way to kill him one day. Why'd you go all the way over there, Colum? You're just avoiding being recruited, aren't you? But, like, my joke that I'm gonna do is that, like, ancient deity is going to be, like, the eldritch god Ken Pendars. And the reason why he's stealing all of the races and putting them in his prison dimension is because he believes that he owns the copyright to them. And that they're all infringing his copyright, so he is the eldritch entity of copyright that has, and now that the echidnas are coming back, he must steal Sonic's world because anyway, I don't know, but that was just the running gag that I wanted to try and do. Is Colum gonna open the door or kill himself? I mean, this is the weirdest that he's ever been for me. But, okay, I guess he can now open this. Iron Lance. I tried to play Chronicles, I really did. I actually liked Chronicles the first time that I played it. Like, I was actually deeply upset that the fan base hated that game. I thought it was fine. My standards at the time were quite low, but I actually didn't think it was a terrible game. I recently watched a speedrun, but yeah, obviously, yeah, beating a dead horse makes sense, But yeah, I watched a speedrun of Chronicles recently, and I actually didn't mind it. So anyway, but like, I don't know. That's just this whole thing. But anyway, so other Ask Me Any things that I missed. I know Delta Dragon had one a while back. Going past. Oh, this is Shadow Palkia. What are your favorite jokes from any of your Let's Plays or streams? Honestly, I don't like to say I have favorite jokes because, like, I always find that you are always the worst judge of your own humor. And it kind of goes for, like, writing as well. So I like to let my audience decide which of my jokes are best, not me. Because I'll just probably not really... I'm not really the best judge of that. Oh, right, your ask, Delta Dragon was, will there ever be a champion stream? And I don't know. I'm really not sure about that. I did not know Puyo Puyo had a very infamous writer. Like, Puyo Puyo is a massive, like, really massive franchise that I only really know the Tetris crossovers and a little bit of Fever, when it comes to it. I guess I can, like, put Erica here and, like, hope that she doesn't go splat. Ross is level 4 already. That's not bad. Yes, the otherworldly, yeah. So I don't know about champions. Yeah, I do agree that if Sonic gets another RPG, it probably won't be like Chronicles. I hope it's not an action RPG. It probably will be, but, like, I'm not a bit... Like, I like action RPGs, I just don't like it when people are like, that's the only way to have an RPG, because I don't think that's true. But games like Yakuza Like a Dragon and Persona 5 are showing people that you can have fast-paced turn-based games. Yeah, so I've got a lot of things to think about at the moment, so I'm not entirely, like... I would like to talk about, like, plans for, like, next streams, but I'm kind of not really sure, like, what those plans even are at this point. I do know that I want to do a Psychonaut stream at some point, and that'll probably happen before my travel. Again, this is assuming the travel does happen, we'll see. But some Asian gonna head out now. Yeah, the stream is gonna be over soon, so that's fair. I think I'll maybe finish this chapter, and then maybe that'll be it. I could have Namie shoot that, but maybe let's not. Champions frustrating right now due to RNG. Missing one move or getting flinched once feels more devastating compared to 6v6. Fair. That is fair. And yeah, I probably do need to take some time down to, like, recollect and stuff. I have, like, I go sort of up and down. I've had, like, good mental health times recently, and I've had not so good, like, times. A lot of it is for reasons that I don't want to talk about on stream. Not anything, like, too, like, you know, really major or serious or anything. I'm just without going into anything... Actually, no, I don't want to say that. I don't want to drag things down. I don't want to talk about this kind of stuff on, like, a stream, but, like, yeah, last week's stream was really good. I'm not saying this week's stream was not great. I'm just trying to think about how I can, like, articulate some of these things. Oh, Chaotix in a Chronicles sequel would be pretty interesting. But yeah, unfortunately, there was no way that game was getting a sequel. Like, apparently BioWare was working on Dragon Age at the time or something, and, like, Dragon Age is pretty well known, and kind of popular. But anyway, so yeah. Like, so yeah, the plan is, like, I'm not sure, if, like, Metaphor, like, put you down there. Can you take Ross? Nope, Ross is a big boy. You can, though, because you're a big boy. Oh. That's a hand axe, and that's a regular axe, and I think they can both attack Ross, so let's just do this. There's a guy down there and also a chest. But yeah, so, like, the plan right now is to... I don't know if I'll get, like, you know, I don't know if I'll get Metaphor finished before the trip. I hope to at least have, like, all the archetype bios done, so I can do the archetype bio compilation. Although granted, I probably won't get all the royal archetypes by then, so might not be able to. But, like, that would be kind of cool if I could do that, or at least the Bond bio compilation, so I have something that will go up while I'm out. And then maybe, like FE7 afterwards, and then I do want to do FE6 as well, because FE6 is like the redemption arc Fire Emblem game to me, because I used to hate that game, and I now really like it. Gameplay-wise, its story is not, like, the best, yeah. I also got a question, what are your favorite TV tropes pages? Unfortunately, TV tropes is depressing me right now, because, I don't want to get into this too much because I don't want to start, like, drama or, like, act like I'm sicking my fan base on this person. Currently, there is a moderator on TV Tropes who is stalking my edits and finding any excuse to delete them. And I don't think I can really do anything about it. I don't really want to escalate it because I think it would just cause drama. And I don't know if I'm, like... they'll probably say that I'm taking things too personally, but I am utterly convinced this editor has it out for me, because they find any edit that I make, no matter where I go, any edit that I make, they will find it, and they will delete it. and at one point I was, I even, like, added, like, there was a... I added, like, they asked, like, they deleted one of my entries on the Sonic, like, common knowledge page and said, oh, any proof of this? I posted multiple links to Bumblecasts as exact proof that what I said about Ian Flynn and this thing was true, and they ghosted me. And yet they did reply to my messages when it was about deleting another one of my edits, so I feel like it's just worth not even bothering, at this point. Like, I probably shouldn't, like, just shouldn't, like, let it get to me. But it does mean that, like, I'm kind of essentially locked down from ever editing TV tropes, because I feel like, unless I'm on, like, the most obscure page of all time, they are gonna find the edit and they're gonna delete it. Anyway, so... And I don't want to say too much about this because, like, I don't want people to actually... Because obviously I'm not going to say the name of the mod or anything. I just, yeah. Sorry. I don't want to get, like... I don't want to, like... So, I know that it always sucks when, like, a streamer is, like, kind of down at the end, like, during a stream, so... Do you have a hand axe? You do have a hand axe. Do you double 8 speed? You do double Ross. So, let's not let you do that. But, yeah, anyway, oh, right, Colum should have backup dealing with this guy. Actually, no, he doesn't need backup. I think he 2 rounds this guy. So, that's probably fine. And yeah, like, my only theory for why this editor is doing this to me is that, like, they appear to be a very big fan of Three Houses. I don't know if they saw any of my videos and saw my opinions on Three Houses, but even then, that's not a reason to be doing, but yeah, okay. So, on another sort of more positive note, yeah, I kind of do want to do, because a playthrough of FE7 is going to be more like, it's going to be kind of like, I'm not going to be taking it, like, too seriously, because I know that, like, efficiency players can get very serious about FE7, and I kind of want to treat it as just, like, rediscovering, like, my first Fire Emblem, because it was the first Fire Emblem I played, so, like, it has that kind of nostalgia factor to me. And I'd like to, you know, explore that. I'd like to, just talk about my memories of that game. I have a lot of good memories of that game. Yeah, Genealogy of the Holy War is a fun game. Like, I'd like to talk about a lot of my memories about that. I have a lot that I can say about it. In fact, I have a lot of my memories of that game are associated with a certain holiday that I took with my with my family. It was a business trip for my mum, actually, but, she, seriously, this is an absolute Giga Chat Erica. Holy crap, this Erica is so good. But, like, yeah, we sort of went to, and, a lot of that trip, I was playing, FE7, because I got it for my birthday just before, and so I have a lot of good memories of that. So yeah, then again, FE6 will be nice because, like, I can actually talk about how my opinion on the game turned around, and I used to hate the game, but now I love it, which is good, because, like, originally, I didn't want to play, FE6 at all, because it was my least favorite Fire Emblem game. I guess my least favorite's probably Birthright now, when I really think about it. Like, it's probably, like, Birthright by proxy, like, just by default, but it's not like it's a bad game or anything. Oh yes, me getting FE7 was an accident. That'll be a fun story to tell. That'll be a very fun story to tell. How to make Erica good. Step 1, YOLO. But yeah, I did promise that I'd kind of end things at 3 hours in, but, yeah, in terms of other streams, oh, thank you for the $3, Minato Kurusu. Yeah, in terms of, like, streams, I guess I can just show the map for the next one. I'm not really sure, aside from Psychonauts, what I'll be doing next. Because there is... Oh, that's a really great forest background, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a real photo they digitized, because I think the GBA was capable of that. Yeah, this is our first encounter with, like, with zombies, who have... I'm sure some of them have 0 speed, don't they? Do some of them have 0 speed? Or maybe it's just minimum 1. A lot of them have 0 defense, though. And then we have Entombs. I love Entomb because they give enormous experience gains. Oh yeah, Arthur's just on our side from the beginning. I feel like I want to use him more often. The occasional storytime videos would be cool. Yeah, I guess. Like, I kind of want to play a chill game on stream that I can just talk during. My original plan was, like, Kingdom Hearts. And I'm not so sure about that anymore. Kingdom Hearts 2, but, because I haven't actually replayed Kingdom Hearts 2 for ages. I've never played Critical Mode, but that's also not going to be a chill stream, because I'd never played Critical Mode before. I would not be doing Level 1, but I would just be doing Critical Mode, and, that's kind of scary, and I haven't played Kingdom Hearts in over a decade. Well, Kingdom Hearts 2 at least, I've played 3. So that was like an idea. I've already kind of started Star Force, and honestly, I kind of want to just play Star Force on my own time. I need more games that I can just play on my own time. So yeah, like, that was kind of my idea. I know I do need to do Sly 3, as well, so I'll be sort of considering that, and then in September we've got Sky second chapter, which I'll probably do, and then, like, I don't want to make any plans for Fortune's Weave because 1, we have no idea when that's going to come out, and 2, I probably want to play it for myself to see if, like, the Fodlan aspect is going to be, like, a deal breaker for me. That, and I'd like to actually get a feel for, like, you know, because if I stream the whole game of Fortune's Weave, it kind of locks me out of doing much in the way of, like, a Let's Play of it in the future, so I don't know. I think it's probably better if I play that off-stream first. I was surprised Sly 3 didn't start soon. I kind of don't want to say the reasons why I didn't start Sly 3. Okay, yeah, I got scared because the time that I was gonna start Sly 3, there were certain things going on in America involving law enforcement that I was afraid that there would be political talks in the chat about that. So that's what worried me about Sly 3. So, I hope things have calmed down enough that, like, I wouldn't be getting politics in the chat if I did play Sly 3. But, like, that's kind of why. So, yeah. So that's kind of the thing in that regard. I don't think Fortune's Weave is cancelled. Fortune's Weave is definitely happening because it has a full trailer, and, like, Engage was totally finished by the time it got its first trailer, so I think they're just waiting for a good time. Like, a lot of the time when Nintendo releases games these days, they have, like they push Xenoblade 3 forward, so they were likely really far in development at the time. Streaming an older game like Earthbound, maybe. I've never played Earthbound before, and I also never watched Shugger's Let's Play because I wanted to keep myself blind for Earthbound. As blind as I can be. But yeah. The chat's a little behind, but okay, yeah. So, yeah, I think I probably should finish things up soon. I'm sorry if I sound, like, a bit off at the moment, but yeah, I'm glad that I finished Path of Radiance. That was great. That was a good Ina. It looked like Ina wasn't gonna do it, but she actually did. That was, like, actually awesome. And yeah, I'll see you. I don't know if I'll be streaming this time next week because it's a public holiday where I live. But I might try and arrange, because I have a guest I want to do for Psychonauts. I might try and arrange a Psychonauts stream soon. And yeah, then I will, I'll see you again in what I do next. I'm also working on a few Fast Clinky videos to go up on that channel while I'm away. So yeah, look forward to those. And, yeah, thank you all for being here, and I'll see you in the next stream, and also video.